No problem. Word. Let me see that right there. Okay, yeah. That's fine. I don't know if it's your camera's too low this time or your microphone is too high this time. But like the microphone's like direct in your face. Like this is how you look at my screen. And I think you muted me again. You muted me again. Okay. Now you good now. Now you good. There you go. It should look mad funny. Should like that. The microphone right there on your face. Yeah, yeah. All right, so we got that going. All right. So we're gonna get crazy in here. Stream has about to begin. We're gonna take off in three, two, one. We're officially live on the YouTube. Well, that's fine. That's fine. Well, we're growing, so that's fine. I'm good. Um, like I said, we were having this little discussion before we got online, and I had the worst Friday ever. All right, so let's crunch out these picks. Ready? Super picks. All right, so we're doing CBS. C. Yeah, nothing started yet. We got about 15 minutes. You should, because Cam is playing like hot dog water. Oh, you started Cam? The Jets defense has been sneaky okay. It's just that they ran, but they ran into Kansas City. Like it's Kansas City. No, last week they lost by 30. Remember, this was a cover to 22, and they didn't cover the 22. Yeah, that's true. I mean, you're not wrong. All right, let's shoot these out. Let's wrap it quick. Ready? We're gonna do. You do 30 second. Like we do. Keep it short. Everything short. Ready? All right. Ready? All right. We CBS Sports. Then go NFL. On my screen, I have Detroit and Minnesota. Okay, that's fine. All right. So we're going to start Detroit and Minnesota. I'm gonna take Minnesota. I think they showed something last week against Green Bay. They like slapped them up real quick. And in Detroit, Matthew Stafford really couldn't practice all week because he was on the COVID list, so he might be a little shaky. And anyway, he was looking like hot dog water the week before. They got blown out. So I'm gonna take Minnesota and the points, and I'm gonna take Dalvin Cook. Mm-hmm. Oh, you say Thielen, bounce back Thielen. All right, so we got that done. So next we have Carol. Okay, go ahead. Mm. I'm gonna take Denver to cover. Oh, go ahead. Sorry. All right, it's 4.5. Atlanta's favored by 4.5. I'm gonna go with Denver in the points because I just Atlanta's Atlanta. Um, and I'll take Drew Lock. Yep. We got Carolina at Kansas City. Kansas City is favored by 10, -10. The Chiefs. All right, I'm gonna take Carolina to cover because it's -10. I think 10 points is too much. I think Teddy's good enough to control the pace where they'll get a field goal or be within 8 points, 9 points. Like it'll be something like that. Yeah, Christian McCaffrey's playing today, so I'm gonna take Carolina to cover, and I'll take McCaffrey. I think he's gonna bounce back. He has like 7 weeks off. We got Baltimore at Indy, -1 Indy. Yeah, I'm gonna join you. I'm gonna take the Baltimore to win the game, but I'm gonna take Jonathan. I'm gonna take Jonathan Taylor. I think he's gonna run the ball. Yeah, he did kill. And so I'm gonna take Jonathan Taylor in that game. Okay. I'll take the Raiders just because the Chargers can't find a way to win at the end of the game. They're good for the first 2.5 quarters, and then all of a sudden they flop chop at the end. And I don't know. Sometimes Anthony Lynn be making some bad decisions towards the end of the game. And my fantasy player, I don't think he's gonna last there. By the way, and I'm gonna take Derek Carr. I think he's gonna light up that Chargers defense. I took Jonathan Taylor, the running back, mine +1 Chargers. Oh, Justin Herbert, homeboy is a beast. Justin Herbert, Josh Herbert. I see. All right, we'll talk about this is my man crush. We got Seattle at Buffalo, and Buffalo's +3. Uh huh. Yep. I'm point plus 3 Buffalo. So Seattle's favorite. Yeah, I'm gonna take Seattle. I think I'm gonna take Seattle too because I don't know. Josh Allen has looked like Baker Mayfield, where he's like cooking the bad teams and then struggling against the good teams. So we're gonna go with Seattle all day. Russell the love muscle and keep it pushing. Seattle, and I got that's obviously Russell's my guy. So let's keep going. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, me either. I'm gonna go with the Texans just because I believe in Deshaun Watson, even though that franchise is disorganized. I'm gonna go with Texans plus. I mean, they're minus 6.5, so I think they cover. Then they win by a touchdown. Jacksonville's been so bad. Yeah, it's crazy how they were so good a couple years ago and then they just fall off a fucking cliff. Um, yep, yep. So I'm gonna go Deshaun and Texans. Copy. We got the New York Football Giants at Washington. Washington's minus 3. Minus 3. So you're gonna take the plus 3. Okay. Yeah. Gotcha. I'm gonna go with the G-men. All right. I'm going with the G-men because they look better than what their record says and what people think. They've only got blown out one time this whole year. They only got blown out once, which is kind of amazing. So I'm gonna go with the G-men, and I'm gonna go with Sterling Shepard. I'm pretty sure he heard Golden Tate talking all that shit about how the Giants suck and blah blah blah, and he's been suspended for this game. Yep. So he's suspended. So I'm gonna go with Sterling Shepard. I think he's gonna show out. You got Chicago at Tennessee. Okay, I'm gonna take the Bears. I'll take the Bears just because it's +6. I think the Bears are good. The defense is solid. I think they're gonna keep them in the game. I think it's gonna be a field goal matchup. It's gonna be a close game. Probably like they probably Tennessee, if they do win, it'll be like 4 or 5 points. So Chicago to cover, and I'll take Chicago's defense. Mm-hmm. King Henry. All right. We got Miami at Arizona. Arizona's -6. Hmm. Yeah. Is it Arizona? Okay. Hmm. Got you. I'm gonna go with Miami to cover as well. I think their defense we said is better than it looks. Brian Flores is looking like the only real disciple from Bill Belichick who's actually could do something. And then I'm gonna take D Hop. I just D Hop no matter what and I'll be the quarterback. He's gonna get 150 yards and 2 touchdowns. Mm-hmm. They're 7-0 right now. Benvenucci. I'm gonna go Pittsburgh to cover. I know my rule of thumb is cover anything plus 10, but I just don't see them covering plus 14. Cowboys at home plus 14, and supposedly Zeke has a hamstring injury, and that Pittsburgh's defense has been flying off. I think they lead the league in sacks. Yep, and Cowboys right now have one of the worst offensive lines. So I'm gonna go with Pittsburgh to cover. All right, now we're gonna go, and then for that I'm gonna go with Pittsburgh's defense as my fantasy pick. I don't think so. Copy. Now we have the game of the week that I want to watch. We have Saints at Tampa Bay. Well, Tampa Bay's minus 3.5. Tampa Bay 3.5. No, they're home, so they minus 3.5. Hmm. Got you. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Saints to cover plus 3.5. I think the game's gonna be really close. I think it's gonna come to down to a Brady, one of those Brady drives that he's gonna kick and win the game with a field goal. So it's 3.5. I'm gonna take that little hook. That's that catches everybody. Michael Thomas plays today, so he has his weapon back. So I'm gonna and I like Saints defense. So I'm gonna go with my player is gonna be Michael Thomas and New Orleans to cover. And I know we're in the middle of this podcast, and Jacksonville just scored 6 zip. Now, yep. And then your game, and this is your expertise right here. Yep. Pats at New York, Jets plus 10 at home. So Patriots are favored by 10. uh, all right. I'm gonna take I'm gonna take the Jets to cover. I think 10 is too much. The Patriots offenses look that's fine. You do race for Trevor, but I'll take the Jets to cover the plus 10. And then my fantasy player will be I think his name is Damian Harris, the running back from the Patriots. Yeah, for sure. Oh my god. Back to this. All right. So, for all my computer geeks out there, I have a CPU. It was overheating, which is like the little graphics card that makes the whole computer run basically. So, that was overheating, so I needed to get thermal paste to put on it so it could cool down. So, I was like, "All right, I'm going to take it out. I'm going to go get thermal paste. Come back home. I put the thermal paste on. I put the chip. I'm thinking I'm putting it the right way into the slot. So I leave it, put everything back. Yeah, no, but I'm saying I put the chip in, set everything up, and I put the fan on top of it, like a whole bunch of nonsense that you got to do. Yeah. So I got the paste. So I put the thing on. So then I'm hype. So I'm like, all right, I tell them I'm doing the podcast. So I'm hype because I'm hyped because I'm like, all right, got my shit done. My shit is ready to go. So then I put my computer down. I'm like, all right, I put the tower up. I go to press the power button, and it doesn't turn on. So I'm like, what? Okay, all right. Maybe I loosen the wire or something. I take all the wires out. I put all the wires back in. Press the button again. It doesn't turn on. So I'm like, what's going on? And this is like at 11 o'clock in the morning, 12 o'clock. Like I'm doing all this early, make sure I'm ready for the podcast, also ready for my streaming, ready for everything. So, yeah. So, so then I'm here, whatever. And then I'm like, fuck, I don't get it. So then I call my brother. He's like, yo, make sure you put the chip in correctly, blah, 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 blah. So then I take the chip out and I'm looking at it and I'm like, oh shit, I noticed I bent one of the pins. And I'm like, fuck. And then a couple of my boys are telling me, yo, be gentle. I'm like, okay, cool. So I'm trying to do it slowly with this look like I had a goal. I had to leave my house, go get a sewing fucking kit with like 100 pins because we didn't have any fucking sewing pins in the house. So I had to do that. So I get that, come back home, trying to do it gently as possible, break the pin. And once I break the pin, it's done. It's a 10-15 minute drive. I gotta go to get a new chip. Yeah, to go get and I had to go pay $300 for that piece. It's a processor. Okay. I no, I'm AMD. Okay. Yeah. I upgraded because I had the 3800X I bought that the on Friday. The one I had before that was a 3700 X, which is lower. So I upgraded, but I'm pissed because when I bought the old one, my brother told me you don't have to put insurance on it. And then I asked the guy at the store, I was like, hey, if I break for the pin, because I know sometimes it has to like overheat or cook or something like that for some insurances to kick in. There's like a manufacturer default. But if it's your fault, like if you do something to it, sometimes they don't cover it. So I asked the guy, I'm like, hey, I broke a pin. Would that have been covered under the insurance? He says, yeah. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? So I had to go get a whole new one. Yeah, for sure. Yep. Oh yeah, yeah, Newegg. Yeah, yeah. But like when you go to Best Buy and stuff like that, you could price match off of Newegg. So if you go to Best Buy, you need the piece, and then you have it on Newegg, and it's cheaper on Newegg. Best Buy will match that, so you don't have to worry about waiting for the piece to come in. Mm-hmm. Yep. Basically. Mm-hmm. That's it. Yep. And that's cheap. Yeah. Got you. Okay. What's number? What series? Because they're all different. The minimum you need is like a 2060. That's fine. Yeah. But for what you're trying to do anyway, you don't need nothing crazy. But RAM is cheap to buy. Nah, if you want the glitz and glamour, is expensive. So if you want like the lights and everything, then it's expensive. But like my RAM, I have 32 gigs of RAM, and I only paid I only paid $70 for my all four sticks combined. Yeah, it's not expensive. Yeah, see, they're trying to get you with like either a really high, the best top of the line RAM, or with the one with, excuse me, the one with lights. The one with lights is what it makes it expensive. The RGB lights. So if you don't have, if so, like I'll show you guys my computer real quick. We'll show you my computer. Bring you to my world real quick. So this is, so this is how my thing looks. Obviously, I have it open because I haven't fixed it all back up yet. But this is where the brain goes. This is the fan. Then this is the 38. Yeah. But now see, my RAM isn't pretty. This is my RAM. Let me see. This is my RAM. It's just black. There's no lights. There's no nothing. You can't even. You can barely see it. See, these are my RAMs. This is my RAM. Then this is the processor with the fan, and then this is the graphics card. I have a 3080. This just came out. This is you can't get it nowhere right now. The third, yeah, because it's sold out. It's the new graphics cards with Nvidia. So, but see, like my shit is simple, just to get it up and going. Correct, but you got to be careful now because depending on when you get the processor, they're not doing the fans anymore. They used to do a fan and a chip. The reason why they're not doing the fans with the chip. Well, the reason why they're not doing that anymore is because a lot of people don't even use fans. They liquid cool their shit. Yeah. So to keep the chip under like 40 degrees, 30 degrees. Yep. A decent one is like $70. Yeah. You're trying to do too much. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. You don't need nothing crazy because you're not trying to do that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Hmm. You that more like sending it to look clean is more of your internet. Your internet has to be A1. Yeah. Yeah. Motherboards aren't that expensive. There's some for $100, $150, $200. Hmm. Those are the ones that don't come with Wi-Fi though. That's the tough part. Hmm. I plug everything in though. Me personally, I plug everything directly in. Yeah. Yep. It's only good for your phones and stuff like that. But it works in computers, but it's just those those little those little things. Like depending on what Wi-Fi you have, like the routers, it depends on how much it's giving off, and then how many people are using the internet. So that's the tough part too. So you have wifey, the kids on the thing, then you have your thing on, plus the computer on. Okay. For sure. Yeah, but you're doing now. Now you're in the Intel space. I'm in the AMD space. So Intel's like Apple. So like you have to get Intel. You have to get everything kind of Intel. Going Intel way, that I don't know. That okay. Going so going what I'm doing. I got I got about above middle grade. About not too much. So like because my graphics card was like $600. No, the graph. No, wait. This one is 700. It, this graphics card is 700. The processor was 400. So just with the processor and the chip, that's what $1,200 right there. $1,100. And then okay, yeah, they have cheaper ones. Like you're gonna need like a 2060, something like that around there, or even a 1060. I mean 1660, something that's like $200 for a graphics card. Because what you try CPU. Okay, so if you go with the cheapest CPU, they have one for $200. Middle grade would be like $200 to 250. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes. I don't know. You probably would have to buy one off eBay. Maybe. It all depends on which one you're gonna get. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, depending on the graphics card. Yes. Well, the AMD, the Radeon, whatever. What GeForce is just what the technology is called because it's NVIDIA GeForce RTX. It's just what it is, and the MSI is just a brand that makes it. But NVIDIA is mostly the technology that is released in it. So the 3080 is what NVIDIA is releasing. You gotta just go by your budget. What's your budget? 8 to 1,000. Yes. So you could, yeah, because you don't even for what you're trying to do too. Like you could hold off on getting. You could only get 16 gigs of RAM. Like you don't, and then upgrade later. Yeah, yeah, probably. I don't know. I like I'm okay. So you have to get it pre-built. Hmm. There's a lot of trial and error, and a lot. It's like a lot. Like most of the stuff I know is from like people who I know who are in computers. So you gotta like talk to a lot of people in computers, and then it goes. You go from there. You just make sure like I know like Micro Center. Yeah, because I use Micro Center. So Micro Center is like a Best Buy, but it's just like everything's computers in there. It's called Micro Center. So their insurance is good, and I should have got it for the chip. I didn't, but I got it for my graphics card and I got it for my chip. So what they do is they will within 2 years you could just go and be like, yo, my shit's fucked up, and then they give you the same exact value that you paid for it because you have the insurance. So now, if you want, you can upgrade when you get a little bit more money. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't know if Best Buy does it that way too, where you could upgrade, so you could get a decent chip and a decent graphics card, get the insurance on it, and then in a year and a half, when you got a little bit more cheddar, you could upgrade more. So That's what I like about that. Yeah. OD fire, but it's expensive. It's because like the liquid cooling isn't that bad as I thought. The liquid cooling for but the one I want is expensive. But the ones that are decent are not that expensive. Like $100, 150 is not that bad. $75, depending on your case. That's not bad. The one I want is 300. That one's expensive. But the that one is dope. Yeah, it basically like water in the line, and it keeps always hitting it, and it's keeping it cool, keeping it below a certain degrees. Yeah, you still have to put that paste on. You still have to put that paste, but it will just cover that chip. Yeah, yeah. For it's always been a part of it. He probably just never said like he thought, just overthought it. But it's like the water cooler I want is the NZXT 7 Z73. So like it has three fans, and then the 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 little shit that looks like a spider web thing that has an LCD display, and you could put your logo in there or anything you want in that little display, and it'll run. So that's why I want that one. So then you can always change it too. I think they have it for Intel because it's a water cooler. I don't know if you have if which depending on what chip you get or how you're gonna get it set up. They should get a fan. You have to have a fan. They're gonna give you one if you because you can't get it without a fan. Uh huh. No, it comes with a when you buy the thing. Hold on. So when you buy the chip, so this was it comes in a box like this. So that fan was in there with the chip on the side. But now the new one, where's this box? Oh shit. We're gay. We're okay. The new one, the new one is look how small that is. Comes with no fan. Literally the only thing was in there was a chip. That's it. Literally a chip. Look, yeah. No more fan. So you gotta get the fan separately. Probably, probably, or they probably have like a different second hand in the aisle. I'm pretty sure they're gonna sell it separately in wherever you're buying it if you're gonna buy the pieces. And complex. So that's definitely tough because you need the speed. Lavono, something like that. We're close enough. Yeah. Got you. Got you. Yeah. The the way they're doing it, yeah, because the way they're doing it is you could buy it on launch day, but you have to try to get it online from wherever you're gonna buy it from first, and then go pick it up in the store because they don't want no lines because of COVID. Yeah. So like you go buy it online, so whatever launches at 10 a.m. whatever time, and then you gotta pick your local store or whatever local Best Buy or local Target, and then if you get it, then you get it, then you go pick it up in store. That's how they're doing it. I don't know yet, cause like I don't really need it for me. Yeah, yeah, mm-hmm, yep. Because like I already got the like now like my computer is not as like is not the top of the line. Like mine's okay, and not even it's not close at all. Like you're gonna see when I have it close. Like you're gonna see when it's done. I'm in the process of upgrading stuff. My computer, like my graphics card, is like the PlayStation 12. So like that's what my PC's at now. Yeah, the PC, yeah, PS5 to the Xbox. No, Xbox is better for sure. But like I don't need it. Like the only game I'm going to play on console is literally one game, and that is NBA 2K because they don't have it on they have it on PC, but they don't have it cross platform on PC. Every other game is cross platform that I play. So Call of Duty's cross platform. Apex is cross platform. Those games are all cross platform. Madden, I haven't played Madden in so long because I don't like the way they've taken the game, where all the glitching and the dropping the ball and the linebackers catching every single pass. Like this Madden, I played a little bit of it. I just passed, and it was bad. Like everybody could intercept the ball at all the positions. Like I didn't like it. It's a little glitchy. Um, I didn't like the Madden this year. Bro, all of if you throw a beam pass and a DB's close, they catch it. Interception. Exactly. So, but like I said, the only game I'm gonna play is 2K. Well, I read that article and they did a little bit of disservice because I thought it was gonna be how NFL 2K was when we played it. Like, but they're gonna do like a NFL 2K like a street like a cartoony thing. That's not what they need to do. And it sucks that they didn't try to bid for some of the rights or talk to the NFL and just say, "Hey, leave it open and let the public decide what game is the better." And then you get both companies to pay you. But they got thirsty with EA giving them bread to lock up the license. That's what happened. Yep. Yeah, for sure. But they were dope. Like even though when they were doing MLB 2K, MLB 2K was fire. But the show came and said, "Hold my MLB came." Yep. I'm gonna give them 100 million for the license. No, no, for sure it's dope. But I'm just it sucks that 2K they limit themselves to only NBA. And then NBA, and then even in NBA 2K, they don't. 2K is not even an assholes. They don't even do the licensing with NBA. Like they don't like limit other people from making NBA games. So like that's why Live has been trying to come back forever. But they can't get their shit together for whatever reason. Like EA can't get NBA Live back on the map. But 2K don't give a shit. You can do whatever you want. Yep. Yep. Hmm. Yeah. That's the thing with Xbox and PlayStation, where PlayStation has all the titles. Xbox don't have shit. Like the only game Xbox has is Halo, and when that game comes out, I'm gonna play it on PC anyway because it comes out on PC, right? Yeah. So like, I think that game is gonna get hurt though because if you do a cross platform, it's gonna be only with Xbox and PC people. Now you're gonna basically alienate in a whole other demographic of PlayStation because they're not gonna have. Yeah, because they're not gonna have Halo is not gonna go to PlayStation. Like it's not they're not gonna put it in PlayStation because it's their marquee game. But Sony has all the fire games, like all of them, for sure. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. You got Drake's Uncharted. Yeah. You got Spider Man. They had Kingdom Hearts. They had a lot of shit. They had a lot of shit. Yep. Yeah, I'm gonna wait to upgrade my camera. I want that's the one next thing I want to upgrade. But after I get my PC done the way I want it, because the fans for the PC I want for three fans is $150. They each $50 just for fans. Mm-hmm. No, not at all. Hmm. Yeah, because you don't need it. Like I said, for what you want to get done, you don't really need it. Like, because you want just for editing and video editing. Like, but you should spend most of your money if you want is gonna be on space. Be, yeah, SSD drives. Yeah, I have it. I have the 1 terabyte Samsung one. It's like that thin, and that's the NVMe NVMe. Yep. Yeah, It's small. It does what it's supposed to do. Fast response rate. It doesn't take up a lot of space in your PC. It's like it goes on the motherboard as opposed to going somewhere else. Yeah. Yep. Correct. Or just want it to look clean, because sometimes you don't want a big ass metal piece to like looking in your PC sticking out. 'Cause you want it to be hidden, and if you want it to be hidden, the best part to be hidden is on the motherboard, because it's literally like it's like a panel that's it's covering it on the motherboard. That's for the a high. Mine's a terabyte. I paid when I bought mine $115 when I bought mine. So it's like they trying to hit you over the head. That's what it is. Consultation. You could get a low for what you want it to do. I think you don't have to. Yeah, because you're not gonna be gaming on it. You're not gaming and streaming on it, but not to do both. Yeah, not right away, because if you, then you're gonna need a better PC. Like you're gonna probably play a little bit of games, but not for what you want to use it for. You understand what I'm saying? You're not gonna get the best. You just want to fuck around. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. That's what I'm worried about. Now you notice the difference. Trust me. When you play on PC and you see how sexy the shit looks compared to your PlayStation, you're like, you don't ever want to go back to your PlayStation. Yep. Got you. Yep. The only thing that are good about PCs, like if you get a really good PC, so like if you pay $1,800, that's like one of the top of the line PCs for $1,800. But now that PC lasts you 2 to 3 years. You know what I'm saying? But you can but you don't you're upgrading. You can always like swap pieces out. So that's what I'm saying. So if you get insurance on the pieces, then it works out. You know what I'm saying? So you're always upgrading with the times. You don't have to worry about like overspending again. So moving in the future, it'll be the same kind of thing. Like you'll be like maintenance. It'll be like maintenance on the car because it's what you're gonna be using the most. Like I don't think it's that much for over a 3 year period if you're gonna be using it OD. You understand what I'm saying? It's like when people complain about cell phones being $1,000, but I'm like, you do 94% of your life is on a cell phone. So people are like, oh, $1,000? What? It's too much. I'm like, yeah, but it does your emails, it does all your social media, it gives you an alarm clock. You can start a business on this thing. You can manage a business from this thing. This is kind of priceless. It's kind of priceless. What it is. Exactly. You could find women on this thing. You could find men on this thing if you're a woman. You know, it does a lot of things that is priceless, and people complain at just in the moment about how much something is. True. Yep. Like my thought process, like my to be honest, my thought process for the PlayStations and Xboxes, I thought $500 was gonna be too cheap for what before where gamers wanted the experience to be. Because I thought if you were gonna pay $500 for a system, they're not gonna put OD things into the consoles that people are gonna be like, oh my god, like for what they want to try to compete with PC. So when I before the prices came out, I was like, hey, $700. I'll pay $700 for Xbox or PlayStation if you give me, you know, at least comparable to a PC where I'm getting she's looking sexy, is running clean, is smooth. I'm getting high frames because the old shits are only you're getting capped at 60 frames, and I'm over here on PC playing at 180 frames. So I'm 120 frames better than you. Cause so basically frames is like what I can see before you can see. So your shit's only running 160. I'm running at 180. So I'm almost two times. I'm gonna see you two times more than you're gonna see me faster. So that's what it is. So if you're in a shooting game or if you're playing basketball or whatever, you're gonna see, I'm gonna see something faster than you are. The responses. That's why the frames people like gamers want the highest frames possible. You good now? Yeah, you good now. So like I said, I thought the Xbox and PlayStation was gonna be $700-800, and that would have been a good price if you would have put out a good quality console. And then people were like, no, blah blah, blah bugging, saying that's too much. But I'm like, $800 over in 8 years is not a lot of money. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the next PlayStation or Xbox is gonna come out in 10 years. You know, like it's not a lot of money. Correct. Because depending on what you're gonna do, so if you're gonna live on your PC, it's just worth investing into your PC for what we're gonna do. Like my PC is we're doing a podcast, then I could do my streaming thing, and then I'm gonna edit the videos on it. So like all I could do on my PC. And if I want to, send emails and run things and do stuff like that, run different softwares, I can. And it's just word. Yep. But you exactly. Nope. Yep. Because everybody had to do stuff at home and on the computer. Don't tell me that. Don't tell me we just did this whole podcast and you telling me you can. That's gonna suck if we just did this whole podcast and nobody heard you. Don't tell me that. Don't tell me we just did this whole podcast and you telling me you can. Wow. That's gonna suck if we just did this whole podcast and nobody heard you. It's not even that. It's not picking up your audio. So all this we just did and it didn't pick up your audio. That's crazy. Wow. It's not even that. It's not picking up your audio. So all this we just did and it didn't pick up your audio. That's crazy. Wow. Wow. Thank you, Bry. People came late to the party, and I just wow. you, Brian. People came late to the party, and I just wow. Can't believe we just did that. Oh. Can't believe we just did that. I can't believe that. Oh. I wish you were here an hour and a half earlier, Brian. Lou, I need you to come in so I can see if I could hear you. Now you go, bro. It's not your fault. I just thought the oh, wow. Now you go, bro. It's not your fault. Hold on. Yeah. Oh, this just blew mine though. We're live, but I've been just talking. It's just me talking the entire time. The entire time. I'm trying to figure that out right now.
Fucking blow the goddamn feed. My guy. You see, this is why. This is why you have these fucking test runs, bro.
But why can't I hear you? Like, why are you not coming?
You got all your fucking shit up? Because you can hear me in your phones, right?
I hear you on my headphones. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that's strange. Okay, how about in Streamlabs? Do you have my audio turned on? Or everything comes in through the...
It comes through, it's supposed to come through the thing.
The feed?
All right, talk now.
Check. Because it has to be something that has to do with OBS.
Yep, I fixed it.
You got me? You back? I'm back? Finally. All of that juiciness was fucking evaporated. God damn it. That's strange. Okay, how about in Streamlabs? Do you have my
Yo, I'm so sick. Like, it doesn't...
Bro, this week has been a technical fucking fiasco. They're fucking with you big time. They're making you think, do you want to do this?
Basically, right?
But guy, you have no idea, bro. That week where we didn't get a chance to politic, I almost cried. I almost threw my fucking laptop out the window. I'm literally just trying to edit some fucking videos so I can put it on fucking Twitter. The most honest, easiest thing to do on the fucking planet. And the computer's like, no, bro, that will not happen. I'm so sorry for you. You fucking suck.
Oh, this sucks. Like, this sucks. Like, we just wasted an hour and 45 minutes of great content.
Yo, right. Did those motherfuckers... Were we even being watched?
No, that's the thing. Because I'm assuming somebody would have told us earlier, right?
Nah, I didn't even what you would call it. I didn't even put the SOS out there because we would have looked like fucking...
All right, fuck it. Let's just fucking... Damn it. All right, okay, you want to do the picks again? Everything again?
Yeah, fuck that, yes.
All right, I'm going to restart recording on my end. I'm going to record.
I already cheated. Yeah.
I'm going to record on my end.
Yeah, let me do it too on my end too. Fuck this shit. Okay, hold on. Let me get back to the whole thing. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Airing It Out podcast. It is I, Dustin Marion. He is Hollow Clutch. Welcome back to second stream 2. And we were streaming earlier, but we had no fucking audio. What up, Jay?
Holy shit. I can't believe that just happened. I just can't believe that happened. Wow. Yeah. All right.
So here we go. We're going to go back. All right. So Detroit versus Minnesota.
All right, Detroit versus Minnesota. I had Minnesota to cover
Uh huh.
with my pick being Dalvin Cook. I think he's gonna keep shredding everybody. Detroit is not looking that good. Matthew Stafford was short on practice because he was on a COVID list. He had the nasal shit down his nose the whole
Oh
weekend
man.
and get four
Jesus.
negative tests. So I'm
Oh
going
man.
Minnesota -3 with Dalvin Cook.
Done. And I think I agreed with you as well. I took Minnesota. I took Dylan as my guy. I do like Detroit's defense, but I think that with the news that you were breaking to me about him having to deal with the COVID shit, I thought the Lions were kind of starting to get good because they're kind of decent too. They're another team that no one's really talking about that's actually playing good football with nobody really on that roster. There's not guys that you know like Swift is not a household name. Marvin Jones is, but Marvin Jones came back to life all of a sudden. So I'm gonna definitely take Minnesota with you on that one. All right, what's the next game?
We got Carolina at Kansas City.
All right, so I'm gonna be honest. Um, I didn't want to cheat in this game, but my man is cooking right now. I'm gonna still stick with what I got. It was a 10 +10,
Yep.
right, for Carolina, right.
And you picked
So I'm
the
gonna take
Chiefs.
Kansas City, and I'm gonna take my guy as always, Tyreek Hill, the fastest man on the planet, the
And
cheetah.
I'm gonna go with Carolina. I said I thought 10 was too much, and I thought Teddy was gonna be able to control the pace of the game. Where the Chiefs, if they do win, they'll win by like 7, 8, or 9 points, but they won't blow out the Carolina. And my guy was Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Boom. All right. Hold on here. We're gonna edit it together. Jesus, I need that thumbprint on my other phone. Oh, it's over there. Okay, so how do we do it? I think okay, boom. It was Baltimore at Indianapolis. I said I was gonna take my man Lamar because I just like what they're gonna do. I think they're better suited to beat the Colts. They're not seem to be suited to beat other teams. I think the defense is gonna come out. I think it's gonna shine. But I do like I said last week, I came on the top. Philip Rivers, that guy's the man still, just slinging the rock. So I think it's gonna be a good game. What do
Okay,
you got?
I'm going with Baltimore as well. I think they're gonna win on the road. I think they're -1. Um, but I'm gonna take Jonathan Taylor from the
Hmm.
Colts. I think he's gonna score, one or two cheap touchdowns on the goal line.
Yeah, was that the dude making the flips last week?
No, that was Naheem Hines.
All right. Damn, I think my boy got that wrong. I should have told him to put Naheem. Oh, he did say Naheem Hines. What a crazy game. All right, what's the next game we got?
We got Seattle at Buffalo.
And I told you, Russell, let him cook. Let him cook all day. Let my man cook. I'm going to take the Hawks on this. I think, what was it, 3?
Yes, they were favored by 3.
Yeah, that's all. That's money for me. Vegas is just making it too easy. DK Metcalf, unbelievable. Watch this YouTube video of this guy, the amazing video about him. Made me cry. He fell in the draft. He's right now probably one of those uh, emerging elite receivers.
For sure.
Uh, he's going to be the next Calvin Johnson, I think.
For sure. I'm going to take the Hawks as well. I think just until I see Russell the Love Muscle lose, I don't know,
Yeah,
like in horrible fashion, because they could
yeah,
have won that game against the Cardinals, but
yeah. They're in every game.
for
They're in
whatever
every game.
reason, yeah, Russell Wilson all day, Seattle to cover.
All right. Um, Next game was Vegas against LA Chargers.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Vegas. I think Anthony Lynn is a big potato. I think he doesn't know how to manage the clock and situations. And the Chargers always look good for 2.5 quarters, and then they just flop at the end. So I'm gonna go with the Raiders.
I love saying this shit now. I'm definitely taking LV, and I'm gonna take my man Justin, not Josh, Justin Herbert.
Got you.
In this one, but I definitely agree with you. I think that the better coach is gonna prevail in this game. And what was it? A point? That's all day. That's another
Yep,
free gimme game. If I'm betting, it looks like Vegas wants to make give people some money this week.
for sure.
Seems like easy picks.
Those are the trap games you gotta worry
No,
about.
that shit ain't a trap game. I've watched the Chargers all season. They're not that good. Just not good. Sucks.
Uh, we have Chicago at Tennessee.
I'm gonna take Tennessee in this one. I'm gonna take Henry. Derrick Henry's gonna happen. You're gonna see him. He's gonna run over fools. But Chicago, what makes me concerned and why I'm taking the Tennessee in this game, first of all, it's Tennessee at home, and I think Chicago right now doesn't know what the hell they're doing at quarterback. So I don't know how they put up points, and I think that my point earlier was that they don't put up points, so that they're gonna struggle against a team that can put up massive points when they're
True.
all when all said and done.
I'm gonna go opposite. I'm gonna take the Bears to cover.
Right.
I think Tennessee's 5.5.
Uh huh.
So I'm gonna take Bears to cover. I believe in Khalil Mack. That defense go keep them close, and hopefully Nick Foles pulls some magic. But I think Tennessee wins, but Chicago covers, and I'm taking the Chicago Bears defense.
All right. And then did I on that game did I pick somebody up for the?
King Henry.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you. So we got Miami against AZ. Kyler Murray goes against Tua. What do you got?
I'm gonna go on Miami to cover the -6 because Brian Flores has been the only disciple of Bill Belichick to actually show that he can coach. Everybody
Mm-hmm.
else has been ass water.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna go with Brian Flores +6, and I'm gonna take DeAndre Hopkins from Arizona as my fantasy pick.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go. I like Miami too as a Vegas situation to cover that. So I'm gonna take them to cover two, and then I'm gonna take Kyler Murray. I think what they're doing in Arizona is absolutely special. I really do like what they're doing in Miami too. I think both of these organizations are taking a step forward and showing some of these other teams that have been bottom feeders how to really win and how to do it right. Brian Flores, I tip off my cap to you. Definitely one of the more successful lately Belichick disciples, and the head coach with Kyler's just it's just really looking good. So this is gonna be a good game, even though you never think Miami Arizona would be a good game. But I'm definitely taking Miami to cover, and I'm gonna take Kyler Murray as my player of that game. All right, what do you got next game?
We got Houston at Jacksonville.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So Jags, I tell you, no Gardner Minshew this week, so I think they're gonna struggle. They've been struggling with Gardner Minshew.
Yeah.
It really doesn't matter. I'm gonna take. I don't even know if I gave a one for this because now. Oh no, I did. I'm gonna take Cobb. I think Randall Cobb is good for a buck and a TD in this game. I think Houston is gonna. This is gonna be a bounce back game for Houston.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Houston as well. Jags are just not that good. They fell off a cliff after a couple years ago, and I'm gonna take Deshaun Watson, the magician.
Yeah. All right. What's the next one?
We have Denver at Atlanta.
All right. So I said it, and I still think it. Atlanta's an amazing team. They just have had some really bad blunders late in games. Not really all the offense's fault. I really think that Matt Ryan is an amazing quarterback. No matter what anybody says, he at least knows how to get the ball to Calvin Ridley. It seems like they're starting to figure out how to get it to Jones. They just don't have a running back, so that's a problem for them when they got to throw it all the time. But I'm still gonna take Atlanta in this game. Shit, hold on. Oops, what the on the fly here? I have to take Jesus, I'm gonna have to edit this. I think Atlanta's gonna go off. It's at home. Denver's is not that great.
Copy. I took Denver to cover, and I took Drew Lock. I just think Denver is gonna play it close because Falcons are the Falcons.
Yeah, no kidding. Next one is gonna be New York Giants at the Washington football team.
The Sentinels, the Washington Sentinels. They need to change it to that. I think they do.
I think that would be fire. I
Uh,
would love it.
I'm
Yeah,
taking the
rooting for them.
Giants all day. The Giants are better than what people think. We play all close games. I think we've got blown out once. That was like the second game of the season. But for the most part, everything is good. I like the way our defense is coming along. The only thing we need to get rid of is Daniel Jones. But I'm taking the G-Man to cover, and I'm going to take Sterling Shepard because to tell Golden Tate, fuck you.
Nice. I like it. That's pretty good. So I think we got next game here is gonna be Pittsburgh goes to Dallas. I was originally talking about it. Pittsburgh's defense is the best defense in the league. I think shout out to Brandon Rose. He's not on this. I should have sent him the feed, but hopefully he gets to listen to this. He said that they lead the Actually, it wasn't him. It was actually Harrison Glazer from Take Flight Media. He said that the Steelers lead the league in sacks.
Yep.
So Steelers with sacks, going to Dallas. They got nobody at quarterback. Zeke sucks. So this is gonna be an easy one. I don't even know how much the points is, but
Plus
it's
14 Dallas at
yeah, I
home.
was gonna say it's gotta be a lot. I still take that.
I'm gonna go with you. I'm gonna take Pittsburgh as well, and I'm gonna take Pittsburgh's defense as my fantasy pick. I just don't see Dallas doing anything to
I
stop
forget
Pittsburgh.
who was my pick in that game.
Big Ben.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because you took the D. Yeah,
Yeah.
I took Big Benny.
Next we have the real game of the week. We
Uh huh.
have the Saints at Tampa Bay, and Tampa Bay is minus 3.5.
I tell you, I'm gonna take Tampa and Tom Terrific. I think you and I have talked about it. I think I've talked about it
Hmm.
ad nauseum with a whole bunch of people. You just don't bet against Tom Brady. You just don't.
Yep.
It's not a good thing. You never do it. 3 points is fantastic to me. AB comes back to town. Now Godwin, I think he might be playing in
Yeah.
this game. You got Evans coming back. Like
Yep.
they just it's gonna be too much. I know I like the Saints D's too. I think they have one of the best defensive backs in the game and one of the best D ends in the game, but it ain't gonna be enough.
I'm gonna go the opposite. I'm gonna take New Orleans to cover. I think Tampa does win, but I'm gonna take New Orleans to cover because they got Michael Thomas back, and for whatever reason, he's the ultimate security blanket for Drew Brees. And that little hook, that .5, always gets people. So I'm gonna take that 3.5. And my player is probably gonna be Michael Thomas.
Yeah, that's who you picked, and
Yep,
I forgot to say mine. I'm gonna take the man coming back from the dead, the G in the building, Rob Gronkowski
for
is gonna
sure.
be my
Now we
man.
have your pick of the week.
Woo! I love it. And now we're back. We're finally back. We're like halfway caught up, ladies and gentlemen. What do we got?
Your pick of the week. We have New Patriots at Jets, and Jets are plus 10.
Jesus Christ! I what I said was, there is no fantasy players in this game. Zero. This is probably the game of the week where you're going to be struggling to get somebody because somebody's got to score
True.
on the teams, right?
Yep.
I think Cam is the automatic player. I don't know if I picked Cam before, but we'll go one time for my guy. We'll take Cam because I couldn't find anybody. I think I took actually I know who I took. I took Patriots D, and we're gonna go. I'm gonna stick with that. I'm gonna take Patriots D against Jets because they're just not. It's just not happening.
All right. We're all caught up.
No, no, no. You didn't give me. I know already who it is. You got to tell me who the running back because you took New England.
Oh, I'm sorry. Damian Harris. I took New England
Yeah.
to cover. I know. I took the Jets to cover plus 10 because I like the Jets
Yeah.
defense because I just think Cam Newton's been playing like ass water. But I'll take Damian Harris as the fantasy player in the game.
I'll take that back. That completes it, but I'll still take it back. If you watch his games, he hasn't been playing like complete ass water. This hasn't been playing to himself. He played like normal. Not playing like
Playing
Superman.
normal.
Yeah, he went to the just to get more geeky. He went to his
He's the weirdest
his
quarterback
fortress.
ever. I'm telling you,
He went
like
to the fortress of
the
solitude.
fact he gets
And he
like
lost all his
400 yards
energy.
in like 2 games, and then everything else would get like a buck 90, 210, 200. Like
It just depends, bro.
it's so
He
weird.
is he's like he's like the wide receiver brain inside of the quarterback body. You know what I mean? Because like you don't really see quarterbacks that flamboyant,
True.
right? They have panache, but they don't got that much fucking panache. That motherfucker's spilling. That's like motherfucking Kanye West playing quarterback, right?
Oh
Like
man.
he just has so much flavor. No, but if you think about it, right? Like all these guys are like kind of geeks,
Yep.
right? Russell Wilson's a fucking geek. Lamar Jackson is a fucking geek. Then you got all the white boys, Tom Brady,
Yep.
fucking Josh Allen. Like these dudes are not like coming out fabulous, bro. You know what I mean? Like this dude is.
He just needs to lock in, man, because he's gonna look like Colin Kaepernick where he's just be out the league.
I think he's gonna be dope. Listen to me. First of all, I think he already made it up in his mind, or maybe he hasn't come to this conclusion. Is that Homeboy is a brand already? It doesn't matter. Like you want him in the booth. You would love to get him on a talk show.
Oh, for
He would be
sure.
fire.
But what I'm
I'm
saying
sure
is like
he's
he's
already
gonna
in his
be out
mind.
of the
He's
league.
already grooming it. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter. He's beyond football at this point, I guess, in his mind, right? Like
That's true.
for him to chase championship, I don't know how real are you about that, bro?
It depends on where he goes. I just don't see anybody giving him a shot,
No,
giving
right.
him a fair shot.
That's the thing that sucks.
Yep.
I mean, I think he's getting the
and it only
furthest.
happens to black quarterbacks. That's the whack part.
I told my friend Brandon, who's a big football. I was gonna try to call him on to get on the show because I could probably bring him into the board. But I was saying that the Patriots on Cam Newton's journey of quarterbacking is like the last stop.
Yep.
Because if it doesn't happen there, they're gonna be like, well, if Bill couldn't do nothing with him, then probably none of us can. You know what I mean? That's how it's gonna look,
Hey,
right?
Josh Allen's going off, by the way, ladies and gentlemen.
Is he?
He
Okay, now
has
we come back.
250 yards and 3 TDs at half.
Wow. I think I have, yes, Stephon Diggs is in the game. I seen Josh
Crazy.
Brown on the waiver wire. I mean John Brown on the waiver wire, and I was like, you got to get all your like. He's just not thing. But if he gets dialed, I told you, was it you that I was telling? I might have been telling somebody this. When John Brown is not in that offense, not the same offense.
Yeah.
Because they don't have somebody to like just
Stretch the
consistently
field.
pick up the top. Yeah, like a Tyreek player where that guy just keeps running all the way fast. And if you don't watch him,
And it
he's
pushes the
gonna burn you.
safeties back. Yep.
Yeah, everybody moves fucking back and it opens up the field. And then you have everything underneath to give you the space that you need. You know what I mean?
Sure.
I mean, it makes total sense. You know what I mean?
Yep.
When you think about it.
So, switch gears real quick.
Oh, yeah, go.
Joe Biden is the
Oh, yeah,
president.
here we go.
What do you think?
So this is probably gonna get me in trouble, but a couple of things. First of all, you got him. All right, everybody take a bow, fucking do a lap. You motherfuckers do the thing, throw the bat, flip the bat, throw the glove. You're doing it all. You got it all. The best meme I seen, or I don't even know if it's a meme, is motherfucking Biden's face on LeBron James's body dunking the ball. Hi, LeBron James. Okay,
That's funny.
so. Yeah, it's comedy, actually. I hope that they're going to save you guys. I hope so. I really do. I hope it. I hope it's great stuff. I hope it doesn't get fucked up. But, you know, about the cheating and all this other shit. I mean, look, if the Donald's out, he's out. We'll see what happens. It could be the same, you know, the animal. We just don't know it. Who knows what's going to happen? It's the first time, by the way. I don't know if anybody's really thought about this, but it's the first time we've ever had a president go back to back. In a minute.
Oh, that hasn't happened. It's only happened, I think, 2 other times in history, they said.
Yeah.
And this is the 3rd time.
Right. So look at that.
So.
He can get no back to back.
I did it like, I don't know, man. I think we're going to have to need a big shift in our system. I think we're going to need, they have to figure out a way to do online voting. We need to figure that out.
You think that shit fucked it up?
For them not having that system yet. Yes and no, because like, who mails things in anymore? Like, it's just weird the way they're doing it. Like we're not in 1987 anymore.
Bro, I was saying that shit. I think it was Rogan that was going on that rant too. I was just like, bro, you could fucking order like you could order groceries from your Amazon account that gets delivered to your door, but you can't send in a vote. What?
It doesn't make sense. Doesn't make any sense. And like. Everybody's first instinct is when you say, hey, they should vote online. Well, the hackers, oh my God, the hackers, they're going to get hacked. They're going to hack everything. I was like, all right, let me understand this right. So there's trillions and gajillion billions of dollars in the world, right? Online. So you're going to tell me these hackers are not going to try to break into the banks? And if that is the case, how come everybody's banking online?
Right.
Everybody banks online.
How about a better one? How many people are trading online?
Exactly.
Big money accounts, bro.
And all that shit is secured. So
like that's not getting hacked.
So give me a break with this whole your vote.
But that's that
old. That's
that. You know when I hear shit like that, that's number one. That's like that old thinking, right? And then I also think it's like that stupid motherfucker that, in the sense of like, was sent by someone to infiltrate and starts that echo. Yep. And then it gets everybody on the bandwagon. Yeah, you know it's not safe. Yeah, you know it's not safe. And then you know when you know it's bullshit? When you go to your mother's house and you're like, hey ma, and she's like, you know it ain't safe. You're like, oh, they got you too.
Yep.
They got you too.
Like you don't know. Like you're the same person telling me I can't put my credit card online. Like
facts. You're the same person. Facts.
And have people gotten their credit card information stolen?
Now one nickel, my guy. I think I told her I had $1. Some motherfucker got it by accident and went to like Redbox and rented a video. Out of all the times, and I've put in my shit sometimes probably not on the best sites. You think?
And for the most part, again, it's not the same. Like it's not the same. We are in 2020.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure there could be safety measures put in where you go because like if you go to irs.com, you put your social security in. Why is the IRS not hacked?
Right.
Like all these institutions that are have
Even
top security, why don't we just use that to for our voting? It makes no
bro,
goddamn
even credit
sense.
cards, even credit
Yeah.
cards. You know what I
Well,
mean?
credit
All the
cards were being hacked, but I'm just saying like
Yeah, but credit cards are hacked. Check this out. Credit cards are not hacked. Credit cards are hacked by other companies, by second parties. So, American Express is not fucking getting hacked.
yep,
Walmart is getting hacked, and now they got all the cards of American Express, right?
yep,
You never hear Mastercard, so it's like the next motherfucker that touches my product, you can't really. There's not that much defense for it, right?
exactly.
But if you're using that product straight up, like American Express is like obviously the top of the line, but
Uh,
like they have insurances within their shit that is like, well, if there's fraud, we got you. Don't sweat it. You fuck
exactly.
with us. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm
Like,
saying we could
and why
definitely
can't you have? What I'm saying is, why
for
can't if you
voting.
have that kind of level of shit, right?
Yep,
You do it for voting. You can
yep.
do it for voting. Get the fuck out of
It
here.
doesn't make any sense. It should be
But there's
nobody.
thousands of dollars on fucking credit cards. Someone should be hacking them, but they don't. They hack
Exactly.
them when someone else is in hand.
And then they always give the bullshit excuse where um I mean that's not the bullshit excuse. The one thing I don't like is the same day registering. Like if you can't same day register, why the fuck not? If I'm voting for somebody, it shouldn't matter if I can't if I want the same day
So
register
I
or
found this
not.
fascinating, right? So this was an interesting thing because the missus brought it up. Okay, so first of all, the one of the things that I thought was like redundant and stupid was like, okay, we don't start counting your shit into this date. I was like, that sounds stupid. Then I heard another one that was like, um, it doesn't get counted into this date, right? That's another stupid shit. It's like, no, bro, you ever seen MOB, right? When they have the All Star, we're collecting ballots as they're coming in,
Exactly.
right? There's a cutoff date.
Yep.
If your shit is not here by this date, it won't be caught. You don't collect a million ballots and then wait to the date to start counting. Who's
Exactly.
in charge? Who's in charge, bro? You guys
Exactly.
should all be fired.
Yep.
First of all, as soon as they start coming in, you start counting them, bro.
And then
Let's
there's
start getting
laws. They have laws. I didn't even know that there's laws against counting them early or
right.
counting them
Isn't that wild?
before whatever the polls close. Like it's stupid. If you do it
Yeah.
as you go, you should be good. Like
Or even have it like, okay, cool, check it out. You don't want to do that. So the way there's the IRS and the way there's banking, then have somebody pick them up. That's more secure than you,
a
right? Because if
Brinks.
yeah, have people, boom, you put them. These are all the votes, pow, and it's locked by armored guard to
Yep.
a building, counted by some official cats, and making sure like, boom, this is the count here. We're on it. Then it keeps getting sent to this, location wherever it's at. You know what I mean? It just, I couldn't believe it. This was a huge blunder. And then
Yeah.
what I really, do you know what I also thought about? I thought about how come, and I get it was COVID, but this shit took mad fucking long. Have
Yep.
you ever? We've never been a part of that. So
Well,
actually,
the
I can't even
issue,
ask you
the
that.
thing was that they like both parties, both sides. So like Joe Biden was telling everybody who was going to vote for him, mail in your vote, mail in your vote.
Mhm.
And Trump was like, "Oh, I don't trust the mail-in vote. Don't mail your vote in. Make sure you come in person and vote." So you have two of these conflicting reports where you got like maybe the Trump people were waiting on line for a long ass time, and you'd be like, you know what, fuck this, I'm not voting. And then you got all the Biden people like, all right, I sent my vote in already. I don't have to worry about nothing because I already mailed it in.
Mhm.
So you have these two different like approaches to the situation where somebody going in and somebody not going in. So like when I went to go vote, I walked right in. It took me 2 minutes in New York, so it wasn't a long process
I think also the media was fucking playing with motherfuckers too
for
because
sure.
they were like, "It's mad long.
Yep.
You should not go."
Yeah.
They made it seem like a scary movie
And
and
then
shit.
they'll show
Oh,
people
come
like around a block on one polling
on. Uh-huh.
station.
Yeah,
And
right.
oh, hey, so here's
Exactly.
another issue I have with voting, which I had this issue. So I'm a registered independent, supposedly, right? I registered as an
Uh-huh.
independent, but
Uh-huh.
then
Uh-huh.
supposedly they have me registered as a Democrat.
Right. You got to pick one.
So I found that weird, right? I found that
Mhm.
weird. So you're forcing me, whatever. So now I go to this one location that I voted in the primaries, right?
Mhm.
I go there and they go, you're not in this location. You have to go to another location. So I'm like,
That's weird.
why can't I just if I let's say regardless of wherever I am, why can't I vote here? Why do I have to go to a specific site to vote? Why I gotta go to another location to vote? You should pull up the fucking tablet or give me the sheet, put it into the system, and it should update in the system that I voted. It shouldn't
That's
fucking
the
matter.
thing. That's actually the trippy part. We're still counting votes like it's 1981.
Exactly. Now, say if I have family in Buffalo and I was in Buffalo for this week, so you're telling me I can't vote
Right.
because my site is over in Yonkers.
Yeah, you can't vote, son. Thanks for coming.
Like, how does that make sense? Like
Thanks for
that.
coming, kid. You're cute.
Yeah,
Get this
that
cute
like
kid
they
out of here.
the voting system is all out of whack, man.
But it's built like to play games
To
and do all this other
discourage
shit.
people.
Because
That's what
to
it
be
is.
honest with you, I think so. Because in a large way, like some people could have felt disenfranchised, right, with that Bush Gore shit,
Yep.
right? Because it's like, well, why? What the fuck are we doing a recount? What's happening over here? You guys
Hmm.
don't even know what you're doing. Who's in charge? You're all fired,
Yep.
right? To use the Donald shit, you're fired. That's it. You guys are done. And they just never did. And then Homeboy wins, right? And then you could argue that Donald kind of pulled some fugazi shit because it was looking like Hillary had it for the most part slam dunk
True.
because the Dems are just trying
But
to
even the Democratic Party, those are the party, the DNC, they're fucking crooks too because they took it from
right,
Bernie in 2016 and then they took it from Bernie in
right,
2020. So like,
exactly. They still
if
robbing my guy. They
that's
still it's,
that was the
he's
issue I
on some
had.
other shit. That's why he's on some other shit.
That
Him
was
and
the
Rhode
issue
Island.
I had with the Democratic Party, where like I voted this time around for Donald Trump in New York. I voted for him. The reason why I voted for Donald Trump was because when you have so many people and so many media outlets trying to get rid of somebody, something's too fishy. Too fishy. I didn't like the way he was as a president. But when you got all these institutions, you got Facebook, you got Twitter, you got all these things trying to get this one person out, and they can't really give you a reason other than he's whatever, a misogynistic person or quote
Or
unquote racist
racist.
person. Like
They love that one.
those are your go to. Like, and
Mhm.
then it's like if you speak about something and they want to like, get upset about it, and I'm like, I can't. And then you glorify Obama, and a lot of shit Obama did was not shady, but like was kind of fucked up, and nobody talks about it. And then my minority people glorify it and say, oh, we had a black president. Like that shouldn't be the standard. Our standard shouldn't be just because they just got there. We should have a standard of them implementing things. And I just want to feel like we're just ganging up on a person. I just feel like you're not giving that person a fair shot. No, like I wouldn't want nobody who I'm opposing to fail when there's a greater outcomes. You know.
Yeah, no. I get you. I think that the whole thing. I've had multiple people as guests and I've asked them that tough question, not just for Biden, but I'm just like, let's look back. Our president history hasn't been spotless. It hasn't been great, bro. Like even before Obama and Trump, right? Because those are the two. You had fucking everybody. They did such a bang up job. We forgot about George Bush Jr. and how much of a fucking circus that shit was. Homeboy got a shoe thrown to him in a press conference, my guy. When you talk about potatoes,
Yep.
that's a potato if I've ever seen one. You got Dick Cheney running this country, making mad bread, bringing in military and all this crazy stuff into other countries, and just doing nutty things. And one of those nutty things is, how crazy is to even think that the U.S. attacked the U.S. on U.S. soil, bro?
Yep.
That sounds wild. That sounds
And
wild.
all these released documents like are that they come out and how like we got a lot of false flagging, the MK2 Ultra program, a lot of shit that we've like a lot of conspiracies that we've done shit to ourselves just to get political gain in certain situations. So it's kind of scary. Like that's
Yeah,
why
bro.
like I was scared of Biden and Kamala. Like Kamala, for the most part, she's a minority woman, but she was in a high power of office, keeping minority people in jail and stacking evidence against them. Like if she could do that to her own, like to own minority people, why wouldn't she do that to the rest of the United States? Like that, like that's a moral thing. When I go and I say, all right, I have this envelope, I'm gonna go stack it with evidence to put somebody in jail and keep them in jail. That's a moral thing when you know you're lying and you're putting innocent people in jail, or even somebody who did a light drug offense and adding. So somebody should have done 6 months. You go and be like, all right, 17 years. Like what? Like
I know that's
that's
nuts.
scary to me. That's
Yeah.
really scary to me. And like the Biden stuff with the whole prison, like they were making sure keeping people in jail with the crime bill, because around the late '70s, early '80s is when jails got privatized. So that's where the
Mm,
money was coming. It was going to start
right.
going
That's
to.
true. Right.
So
Exactly.
if the jails are empty, there's no government money. The private facilities are going to be making bread. So
Wow, what a
that's
shift.
scary too. Like that's another moral thing. So it's like I don't know, man. Everybody's shifty and shady, and everybody's like,
I know. I
fuck,
can't wait to see
fuck
this.
Trump
I can't wait
and
to.
blah
I
blah
can't wait to see
blah.
this.
And I'm like, they
I
like,
can't.
Trump has kids in cages, but like Obama built those cages under Obama's administration. Those cages were built. Obama over his tenure deported way more people than Trump. Like he was like the deportation king. Like Obama was kicking motherfuckers out.
Obama was doing a lot of stuff.
Yep.
Uh, he uh he got very like tough handed really quickly.
Yep.
But I don't know. There's like two arguments to that thing, because there's like the one argument that's like homeboy came in and trying to change stuff, and then somebody came to him and be like, "Yo, bro, that's not really happening, right?" And and it was
Well,
just
they
so much
said it when he got
power.
elected. They were like
A party basically came out of nowhere to like
they were like,
forever fuck
we're
with him.
never gonna oppose everything he does.
It's
Anything he
like,
does, I
bro,
don't care what it is, positive or not positive.
you don't
We're
give a fuck.
opposing it regardless. And I'm
That's
like,
it.
how do you expect anybody to function that way? And then that's
That's
the
what I'm
same thing that
saying.
happened
That's a hard deal.
with the same shit that happened with Trump. Like,
Hmm.
what you want people to succeed that are gonna influence a lot of things. Like if you let the public vote more, not the public is mostly always right on issues like 90-10 issues. So legalize marijuana is 90-10 legalized. So like, why is that not legalized in all 50 states already? Like,
So speaking about that, right? I wanted to bring up a trippy thing, because I've been doing like, I don't know, baby research to make this show a baby bit better, and someone was telling me, bro, I think it's in fucking Oregon. They made all drugs legal.
yep,
Got passed.
it should be.
I totally agree, but I thought that was kind of groundbreaking. That might have not been, a headline that a lot of people didn't hear or listen to, because that's like the beginning.
Yep,
When you start decriminalizing shit like that, I mean, that's intense. And then I think was also mentioned that everywhere that marijuana recreationally was on or up for voting, passed.
yep. So that's like a 90-10 issue. Like, why isn't that a federal law across all 50 states that marijuana legal? It should be. Like, it makes no sense that it's not. And
Bro, it's so crazy because I guess that they're like so nervous to let go, to what you were saying about the privatizing the jail thing.
yep,
We incarcerate more people than anybody in the world,
yep,
right?
per capita, yep.
Most of the crimes are marijuana charges, bro.
Non-drug offenses, non-violent drug offenses.
Isn't that wild?
It's crazy. It's crazy.
And they're making mad cake.
Yep.
The DA's making cake. The lawyer who charged you made cake. The bitch that walked you in made cake.
That's the
The
whack part
fucking
about all that shit. So like, you have all these lawyers, like prosecutors, who want to win because it has to go by win rate, your percentage of how you get people in jail.
Yep.
Like, instead of just doing the right thing and getting the percentage of getting the bad guy and put that bad guy behind jail. You know what I'm saying?
or even spend more money in the rehabilitation process, where like
Yeah.
maybe this guy was on the cliff,
Yep.
but he was hanging on.
There's
He said that
there's
motherfucker
a
to jail is
prison. I
over.
forget where is a prison where they have keys to their own jail cells. They have TVs. They have books and shit. So they don't.
I don't want it to be that fabulous.
No, for sure. But it depends what the offense is. So like a murderer, rapist, they don't get those perks. But somebody who was just getting high and got pulled over by the cops and had whatever a half a O on him, but he
But
has
to me, being like an a standard a little bit of the system. You know where they fuck up at? I wouldn't put none of these motherfuckers in jail. I would be like, yo, you out, but you owe me like 1 billion days of community service. And I would, and I would have massive
But
people
that's
working
what.
for
But that's
free.
that's the hard part because you violating labor law. So that's what Kamala was doing. She was stacking evidence to put people to work in the state of California for free.
See, there you go. Now we're gonna have
So
a
you,
good
so
discussion.
you see what I'm saying?
Got
So
you.
now you're just now all right, cool. Instead of
So maybe that
paying
was a good
somebody
idea.
50,
Do you see how it came out of nowhere?
yeah,
Oh, she trying to make that bread.
yep,
I mean, I'm making an argument in a different way because I think that the jail thing is not the best thing. That's
oh
what
for
I'm saying.
sure.
Maybe
But like
maybe not the
even the
free labor
situation,
shit.
the situation. So let's say if I have a truck van, a white van full
Mm.
of bud, that's obviously I'm gonna distribute it. That's somebody different than somebody like me. Let's say if I would get caught with weed and it's a little baggy. Like we shouldn't be put into the same category.
Right, right. Well, I don't think they arrest you anymore for
No,
pot
now they don't. But what I'm saying
in New
back then
York
they
because New
did.
York was a motherfucker, bro. They
Yep.
were just like they took you through the whole system.
Yep.
Where, if you think about it, they probably would have made way more money if they would just write in tickets like checks.
Yep.
Pow, hold that, pow, hold that,
But
pow. They probably would have made more
yeah, but
money.
the issue with that is they're doing it to people who don't have money, or people who misuse their money. So now you give
That's
tickets,
actually a good
right?
argument.
So now you give
Right? So
tickets.
I'm not gonna pay you, bro.
I'm not gonna pay you, right? Now you have a warrant for your arrest.
Boom, here we
Now
go.
you're gonna go into the
Pow,
system anyway.
pow, pow. Damn, they got the judo chops good in this fucking little system, huh?
That's how they
See,
get you.
I can't even fucking punch my way out of this box. God dang it.
It's tough.
All right.
There's a lot of checks and balances.
Yeah, I know. I just there's gotta be. I think that maybe I don't know. Maybe you could be a counselor. Maybe it doesn't have to be like
Well, they
legal,
are. So there's a country
right?
that legalized all drugs,
Right.
right?
Well, that would help.
So now what
First,
they do is they have institutions where you can go and do those drugs in a safe environment. If you want to do heroin, you get free clean needles, but also at the same location, you'll get mental health care. So you're gonna go to a system where, hey, how's your life going? What's going on? You're gonna have somebody to talk to. Hey, have you eaten? Blah blah blah. So they've shown studies that if you have a happy life, you don't do drugs like that. You don't do harsh drugs that to keep you depressed. So like heroin, cocaine, meth, any of those things, you don't do those drugs that hurt you because your life is happy and you're in a family community environment. So like when you go to the hospital and you get an IV with morphine, that's 100% pure heroin.
right.
So if you notice, people who go and get IVs with that morphine, they're not hooked. You're gonna have some instances of some people, yes, with everything, but it's not a vast, large, like 90% of people are gonna be hooked on morphine when they come out of the hospital. Why? Because they're happy that whatever the surgery they got was good. They got people who love them. They got a sense of purpose and a sense of worth. So then they don't revert to be like, all right, now I need to go get more morphine or let me go do heroin. So these are studies that have been done. If you're in a happy space, you're not going to be doing things like that. And that's what I think the approach that we should take.
Yeah, no. That's what I was trying to get at. I just I guess I went all the ways that it seemed logical to do
Like I know what you were trying to get
problem.
to, but it's just
Yeah,
tough
yeah,
because the
no, no.
system is
Yeah,
going to.
fucked up. That's the thing. We got to change the system. Like I think you said that on the first recording. We definitely got to change the system in that regard, just because it's set up way differently. But I'm agreeing with you. We need to figure something out where you just don't keep packing jails. That shit is not helping.
Nope.
I think it's making things worse. If anything, I
You
was
just
just watching Clockers the other day, and I was like tripping out because it had me like reminiscing about what it was like to be on the block to constantly get hit up by the cops. Yo, get on the wall. What y'all
Yep.
doing? Wow. Pat them down. Pat them down. Give them shit. Come back tomorrow. Do the same shit to the
Yep.
same dudes again.
Why you wearing
Pow.
red?
What
Why
you
you wearing
doing?
blue? Huh?
Right? And then I was just like, wow, this shit is fucking. This shit is nuts. And it's just crazy because, like I said, once you get them and you put them in, those dudes come back onto the streets, and so then now they start affecting people.
But here's the real effect that they don't talk like the real ripple effect is when you take the man out the home.
Right. That's another thing too.
Everything goes to shit
Yeah.
when the men aren't in the home, or even around or in the kid's life.
Yeah.
That's the hard thing. So now you got all these men in jail
Mm-hmm.
who have kids. Now all those households are broken.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a ripple effect. So now you keep this continuous system of now that kid who's going to resent his father, resent the system, and
And go off
and go
and be an
off.
asshole,
Yep,
go to jail, have a kid,
and do the
and
same
then
thing
do it
again.
again.
Yep,
Let's do it again.
yep.
One
I need to
time.
get
Put
money. I
kids in
gotta
the
get
back.
weed, and that's
Yeah.
like another thing. Like I hate that these entertainers or celebrities or rappers do. Like, okay, cool, you got to do what you got to do to like survive, but like don't try to glorify it so much. Get these kids to learn how to do their taxes. Get these kids how to learn how to, invest in real estate. Don't, like you've been there. Like I get it. It's part of the culture, but we could shift the culture. Like stop. We gotta stop all this where like it's slowly getting there with some of these rappers, but it's not there fast enough. You still got these little whatevers, little pumps, little dirt, little low lows all over the place. Still trying to glorify women with fat asses and getting money, and chains and drinking and going out and smoking all day. Like the smart ones get that, but then they take advantage of it to monetize for themselves, as opposed to giving back and saying, "Hey guys, if you guys put all your money together, you guys could get an apartment building or a laundromat. Make sure you do your taxes, get your taxes right. Make sure you get your credit score up." Like none of that shit gets talked about until it's way after. So these big celebrities who were in the hood got all the way out, took full advantage of the system, and took advantage of the community, and got out. And then they want to give back, which is okay. You got to give back, but like keep pounding that message. Keep pounding that message so that it doesn't keep getting, coming through. You get the kids with they want to get cool on social media and then do something stupid because they just want to get views and likes and things like that. Which that shouldn't be the case. It should be, you put out quality content, people are gonna receive it, and so be it. But the thing is that everybody wants people want everything so fast with instant gratification. It just sucks because nobody has patience for anything, you know.
Yeah, no. It's a trippy thing. There's just so much, and there's just a lot of layers to the whole situation. Um, I was telling my friend last night that I thought that was definitely a slippery slope, and it's been for a minute. But I think that there's some insider trading happening because rap music is potentially dangerous. It's not just rap music though. It just seems like more displayed in rap music because all it was, as I was telling him, I was like, yo, the government uses rap music to keep motherfuckers neutralized because it basically tells you fuck bitches, right?
Mm-hmm.
Get money, smoke weed, get drinks. Boom. Just stay right there, son. All right, then next week, get money, get bitches,
Yep.
right? Get some weed and then drink.
get
And
a
and bro,
get a
I've
chain.
been there. I've been there. Yeah. Oh, and then I was saying, and then the job profile is, oh no, now we got to sell drugs, right? So we could blow up, and then if there's anything left, it's people with microphones and balls that get out of here,
Yep.
right? So basically, you're telling me that the only way to get out of the hood is to be an athlete, a singer, and what was the I forgot what the first thing I was talking about, but pretty much those two things, bro.
Yep.
It's like you're not gonna get out of here in your brains. You're not gonna get out of here because you've seen a certain angle.
Yep.
No, it's very limited.
Like it's shifting, but at a very slow, slow, slow
Yeah,
curve.
for sure. But
Like
like I
way
said, it
too
doesn't
slow.
help with these. It doesn't help with these guys
Yep.
doing it like that.
Yep. And then the thing, another thing that got to change is that you have people on Section 8 for 30 years. Why are
Right,
people on Section 8 for 30 years? Section
right.
8 is an assistance program to get you on your feet, to get a job, and then you
Mhm.
get your own place,
But you know why they
your
don't
own
take that shit
family.
out, bro? Even though they know, it's because it's already like when they say defund the police, they should change that shit
Yep.
to to defund the system. That's what it should be called. Not defund the police. defund the system. You know why they don't stop that shit? You know how many people that have working in those places, bro? A lot.
Yep.
You know how many mouths they're feeding? They're feeding everybody's mouths. They're feeding the motherfucker cutting the check. They're feeding the person getting the check. They're feeding the person that they stand in line with. There's so many jobs at all those places, bro. And all those places are packed. Packed.
That's the crazy part.
Packed.
That's crazy. Like,
Right?
there's no
I've never been, and I'll be honest, like I've been with the people and in the
no,
people.
for sure, because you need help.
And
But what I'm saying, like,
I'm just saying,
we
like,
don't. You
it's
got
crazy
people
that,
who stay on it for years.
bro, I
Like,
know someone who's on it. It's going like on 40.
yeah, like,
And they're good. Like they could touch. They got 10 toes. They could
yeah,
jump. They could move.
like, like, here's a part that pisses me off about people like that, right? They won't learn to do anything. They won't learn a new skill. They won't read anything. But I'll tell you one thing: they'll know everything in and out of the welfare system. Like
Oh,
they
they know it
fucking.
for sure.
You need Form C-37. You need Form 66782. Like all those forms and shit like that. They know, and it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Bro, there's been times that they're just like, hey, just do so and so you can get so and so.
Yep.
And I'm like, nah, I'm good.
If you have another kid, you'll get $900 on your taxes. Like what? Like what is that? That doesn't have to do anything. Like that. What the fuck? We're in crazy times. Crazy, crazy, crazy times. What's going on, chat? How you guys doing out there today? Super crazy,
It's just,
man.
like I said, I think it's been dangerous. I've been saying it for a long time. I said that was actually, it was weird to me because I would like to think that as a young person, things affected me very profoundly, and I knew right away that rap music, and I'm not saying anything bad about it, but the way they were showing it, I was like, this shit ain't good.
Mm-hmm.
And it made me kind of resent it. And then I started to see the people that found it more than interesting, and then just the whole culture that came with it. I was like, damn, these guys are making you look and act and behave crazy. That's why, even though it's an amazing movie, a movie I hate so fucking much? Scarface. Because it made motherfuckers believe
Glorified.
it was a movie. Y'all niggas don't even know. It was a movie. It was a movie. It was a
They
movie.
glorified selling drugs and
Yeah, like, I mean, granted, let me tell you something. And I fucked up because, sorry for the censors. I don't even know how to talk, but um, he gave the blueprint, in my opinion. First, you got to get the money.
yep.
Then it was the woman in the power, or was the power in the
Now you
woman?
get power and the woman.
And then the woman. Right, exactly. That's what I thought it was.
I think not even that. I think it's money, power, respect, and then the women.
No.
Isn't it?
Oh, no. That's a rap song.
Okay.
That's the locks.
But I think it's money, power, and then the women.
Yeah, that's what he said. Because he said about getting the woman was involved because he kept telling him like Manolo was chasing chicks.
Yep.
And he was like, stop fucking with the birds. You need to get some bread, bro.
Yep.
Without the bread, we ain't doing jack shit. And then we get the bread, you become the boss. And then with the boss, you can pick any woman you want.
Exactly.
Right? Like you put yourself on a different pedigree. But what I was saying was
They glorified it.
right, exactly. And it fucked up motherfuckers' heads. It
Yep.
fucked up motherfuckers' heads where they thought that was real and that was a real blueprint. I was just saying, like, in a strategic way, that kind of makes sense. You got to be something influential and then you can get your pick of chicks. That sounds great.
Yeah.
The rest of that movie was bullshit. I'm like, bro, you don't think fucking like the hits of Blow, like everybody thinks like that is the greatest like pretender gangster movie ever in my mind. They made a lot of pretend gangsters. And I don't mean that to insult them, but it was like, man, you made up this world in your mind, bro. Like you should have been a boss and say, okay, cool. I'm gonna sling some rock on the block, no problem.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna take that money and I'm gonna open up a trading account.
Yep.
And instantly,
Look at Jay-Z.
Yep.
He sold crack, got the hood, built a multi-billion-dollar businesses across.
That's
Gives
it.
back to the community.
Bro, I know a millionaire who did the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
He got bagged up. He went to jail. He planned his escape. He didn't escape jail. When he came out, he crushed. It took him like 6 years. He got to $1 million.
Yep.
He was focused. No drinking. No fucking around. No partying. No bitches. 17 jobs. Stack. Buy stuff that was worth more than what it was. You know what I mean? Like down valued. Flip. Boom. I'm here.
Yep.
Game over.
That's why our curriculum for our kids needs to be changed. Like,
Right. Yeah.
our kids need to know real estate. Our kids need to know, taxes,
But
credit,
you know,
stuff
they
like
don't
that.
want us to know.
Nope.
That's why we don't know.
Because it
That's a
sucks
fact.
because they got all these people who complain. I'm like, oh, the billionaires, the billionaires, the billionaires. And I'm like, you got the same thing if you just go do the research. If you go get an
Right.
LLC,
Yes.
if you go put
Right.
this money into this certain account,
Mhm.
if you put your money into a Roth IRA before the money hits you, you get taxed, it's pre-taxed. Like
Mhm.
you have all these advantages too. You just don't fucking know them.
Bro, you know what's crazy? Imagine you tell somebody, right? We even in your inner circle, I'm gonna start a business.
Yep.
Motherfuckers are gonna start looking around like, damn, is he smart? Does he know what
Yep.
he's doing? He didn't like he
Are
should
they
get a
gonna start
job.
telling you what you should do and they never ran a business? That's the
Right.
best one.
But what I'm also trying to get at too is that what you're saying about our culture, like we're not even as adults, like the audience and like what's being spoken is not, hey guys, go be a business owner.
Yep.
Figure out some way to start a business. No, it's go get a
Or
job.
even like the Gary V approach. Like I because everybody's not an entrepreneur. Like everybody's not an entrepreneur. But like Gary V says, you could be number 3, you could be the number 4, you
But
could
it's
be the
not
number
even that, bro.
5.
Like think about this. Anybody that's anything, right? Like for example, like look at all the people that we've been around, right? We knew the passions, right? So like
Mm-hmm.
let's say, for example, we use just Felix for an example. Homeboy was building computers. Now he's in a different occupation right now,
Yep.
right? But if he was around people that doubled down on the computers, Homeboy probably could have been Silicon Valley. We don't even know, right?
Yeah.
Like that's the level of what we're saying at it being nurturing,
Yep.
right? Example, we'll stay in the same family just because you'll get all these points. But you have a weird eccentric kid who's a good writer, right? But he's made fun of and he's mocked of, my man Steven.
Mm-hmm.
No one pays attention. So now he could have been the next Stephen King. Stephen King's a weird looking motherfucker too. But he was probably around people that were like, yo, your writing is fire. You should keep writing.
Yep.
And that's what I'm saying when I mean start a business. It's like a lot of people, you're told what to do,
Like
right?
don't start negative when somebody says something. Like that's how I do. I encourage all my friends. I always start with the positive.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like,
Now, even
oh,
if it's
that's dope.
not
All
like
right,
if you
let's
want
do
to
it.
do it, it's dope. You got to try it. Like
Yep.
you got to go. Like at least take a shot. And the thing is it's just so much more easier to just go get a job,
Yep.
right? It's so much more easy to sell rock.
Yep.
Everything else is way more harder because the system's already there for you to take from the government. System's already there to take from the fucking heads on the block.
Like
It's all,
I think what they should do with the welfare is like, all right, you're on welfare for 5 years, and after that, you have to figure it out.
also, I think that why don't you get the people that are on welfare to work for welfare? Check this out, puppy. I'm gonna cut you a check. If you can walk, you're gonna man this desk, and you're gonna take other people who we get welfare to, right? Like they should have a hiring system within the system.
True.
No one knows it better than y'all. So why don't we get the users to help other users?
Yep. Or get
You know
them
what I
in
mean?
this, or get them in other areas and like and train them for
Whatever, bro. And even
wherever
listen,
they're
those
deficient
buildings are
in.
big. Those buildings are big. Whether it's fucking putting data into a computer or it's sweeping the floor, no more free money, son.
Yep.
You motherfuckers not gonna work for it if you can. Like, there's bona fiable disabilities.
No, for
Bro,
sure.
I seen a lady the other day, and I'm not trying to take shots, but I seen a lady the other day looking like she was hopping and skipping, and she got into a car that said handicap, and she had premier parking, and I was like, what the fuck?
Because you're just taking advantage of the system.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And I'm just like, dude,
That's the
come
issue.
on. And so I was saying, if for the with this specific topic, uh, when it comes to like that, they should at least try to get you a job or at least get that. Like basically, unemployment, all those divisions should kind of merge together.
They kind
You
of
know what I
have something like that in New York, where it was like the working force. So like they would help you try to get a job,
mean? Mhm.
but it's too easy to not.
Right.
They make it extremely easy to not work.
So maybe it's funny that what Yang was talking about that
Universal basic income.
it's already been happening for a while.
It's been happening in Alaska for almost 40 years.
Right. It's been happening in fucking New York for sure for like the last 42.
That too.
Because I know motherfuckers that are not even
Hey baby,
uh,
go over there.
yeah, that are not even she's crashing it.
I know.
Boom. It's cool. Um, that have been collecting like a motherfucker, bro. I'm telling you, I know somebody never. They haven't gotten a job in like 20 years, bro.
Yeah, you don't need to.
Just
Or you got the people who work 6, 7 months, right? And then they just, I think all you need to be in a job is for 6 months, and then you're eligible for unemployment again.
wow.
So people do that. People work for 8 months, 10 months, and all right, I'm out. I'll get fired, and then I'll just live with unemployment for a couple months, and I need another job.
Wow, what a
But
trip.
then the system that sucks because the system limits you. So like, if you get a job, right, and you like for like Section 8, whatever the case may be, right. So let's say Section 8, they're paying your apartment, and the apartment is like 3 bedrooms, $1,800 a month, right? And
Mhm.
they'll pay that, and be like, all you have to pay is $1, right?
Mhm.
Then you go, all right, cool. I'm gonna go try to make myself better. I'm gonna get a job. I'm gonna make a little bit of money, and then Section 8 comes and goes, all right, now you have a job, you're making money. Now you have to pay $1,500, and we pay 300. Section 8 pays only 300, and you pay 1,500. People are gonna be like, wait a minute, well, you were just paying my whole rent,
I know it's tough.
and then I'm only making minimum wage, and you're gonna try to take like money out of my pocket, like or make me pay for something that I don't need to pay for with minimum wage.
But I like the Rogan and Yang conversation about it only because like with a lot of this stuff, and I think like I was going back to the starting businesses thing. This system crushes creativity.
Yep.
There's no room for it. When you think about minority areas, bro, there's no fucking music club. There's you lucky if the team has a field,
Yep.
right? Thank God there's a basketball fucking facility inside so we could get some fucking athletes to come here.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like it's so bone dry when then you go to other places, it's like fucking state of the art this, state of the art that, training facilities, this thing, that thing. And you're like, bro, we're not even playing literally with the same toys here. This is like a little crazy.
Yep.
And we still produce more athletes than you motherfuckers with the state of the art shit.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Because that's the greatest thing about a lot of these sports. You don't need the state of the art. The state of the art comes like after. But that's what we've made it to be, right? Because look, I always make the joke about our block. That's how crazy motherfuckers are. They
Yep.
played basketball with a square hoop,
With a plastic milk crate.
bro. But that's ingenious because they're like, check this out. We don't give a fuck. I bet you if there was a kid, he might have been famous. We never even seen him. That got all those square shots. He probably kill in the NBA, right?
Yep.
It's the same reason why like all those Dominicans crushing baseball. They show up
They,
with no gear,
because
zero.
they play with a milk carton as a glove, and they hit rocks with a stick, with a broomstick. So
So imagine you give them a baseball and then a brand new bat and then some fucking leather gloves. It's gonna be unstoppable. And that's the thing about a lot of that stuff. But yeah, dude, we're on a slippery slope. I'm glad that all these people have had their day in the sun. I want them to enjoy it,
yep.
just like bask in the glory, because there's a lot of work to do. There's so much shit. We just talked about a little bit of stuff, bro.
For
They
sure.
got homeless that they haven't even fucking figured out.
Especially in
Immigration on
Cali,
the
I heard it's really
table.
bad right now with the homeless people. Like it's
The
looking
thing
like
is
a
like
colony.
you would totally want to live in Cali, bro. Bro, the first thing I thought about when I got to California, and I can't believe this is a thought, and I'll never forget this thought. I was like, wow, if I was a homeless person, I would want to live here, and it makes total sense.
Yeah.
It never rains, bro. You can live, you can live outside,
That's
and it's
crazy.
always like 78, right? You get used to that, bro. And then at night it's like 62. That sounds crazy all the time.
That's crazy.
It's not negative 20. It's
No
not
snow
like
and ice.
no, none of
So
the nothing.
we got a question in the chat. What do
Oh
you
wow,
think
finally.
of unemployment giving an additional $600 through December, and now possibly longer if this is on per how the economy, on par with the economy?
All right. So for me, I totally think that. So one of the things that I'm excited about is hopefully, Biden and Kamala could kick the door down on this fucking like stimulus package because they need to. Because right now, it's Christmas time. It's all of these things. People are even broke after January. Like you want to keep families happy. And the
This
thing about
Go ahead. Go
this
ahead.
money, it's okay. I'll let you get in. But the thing about this money is gonna get respent, right? Like
Correct.
it's not like people are sitting on this cash.
The issue
So
is where is the money coming from? You understand what I'm saying? That's my
I get
issue.
you.
My issue is
But the
are we
thing
gonna cut? Do if we cut the federal spending? If we cut Military.
They're not cutting. They're just gonna make the
But
fucking
that's what scares
deficit
me.
higher.
That scares me the most out of anything, bro.
Yeah, but we owe other countries too. So
But
I
that's what
mean,
scares me. We keep printing money.
it's fine, bro. Listen, the
Nah,
market. I don't. I think it's okay. I think what we need to do
no
is we just need
shot.
to listen. People are gonna still make money here, bro. We're still kicking ass. We're still kicking ass, and I don't mean that in the sense of like, you know, jumping down and shooting motherfuckers,
But
bro.
you,
All the best companies are in America. Apple, Amazon,
yeah,
Netflix,
but they're not. We're
Google.
not getting like cool. They have
But it doesn't
jobs.
matter. They have buildings in this place that fucking hire people, that people get paid to live in areas. It still works. Even if they're not banking in this country, even if they're doing shit offshores, however you want to slice that part up, it's still galvanizing business. Like what Tesla's doing, like this tech boom, everybody keeps calling it a bubble. I don't think it's a bubble. This is some new shit. Like, and even you can make an argument that the internet bubble wasn't a bubble, because if you would have stood with that bubble, you would be rich right now. If you would have fucking invested in Apple when it was like $1 and then it crashed to like 50 cents, and then now you sat on it and it was fucking $500 a share, and you bought 200 at $1, bro, like the numbers would be, they're just crazy. And I'm
Here,
not saying that we don't have to be worried. I'm saying yes, we do.
I
But at
think
the end of
I
the
would
day,
be fine.
inflation keeps fucking our shit up. So we gotta keep printing. We're the ones that hold milk at $5 and hold unemployment. I mean, not unemployment, minimum wage, especially in California, for $15, and a fucking apartment for two people is 2,000. Lower the shit, and you can lower the other stuff. But we don't lower shit. It's called inflation. It keeps
But that's
going
because we
up.
keep printing more money, so it causes inflation. That's the issue.
So then lower the prices, and then you don't have to give out so much money.
For
How about that?
sure, for sure. But the thing
Lower the
is, we
fucking
have to
prices,
do a
bro.
better job at like the first stimulus package did a bad job. Most of that money,
Because, yeah, well, tell me. Let's
most
see.
of that money went to corporations.
Correct. That
Majority
was
of it.
right.
Like,
That kept America alive, basically. That's what they were saying it as.
yeah, that's what they were saying to us. Correct.
Like we gave businesses and we gave everybody that needed the help, wink, wink,
Yep.
help. We get the smallest piece of the pie out of that fucking pie.
Exactly. I think when you do a stimulus package, no corporation should get any money. Period. If if your corporation needs money, that means your business has been run poorly.
Right.
So like what they fucked up was, let's say, a lot of businesses that were going to fail or have already been failing in
Right. I fell
2016 they
down.
were in the
I
red,
fell down.
2017 they were in the red, 2018 they were in the red, 2019 they were in the red, 2020 we here, COVID's here. Oh, I need money. I need money. My business is failing because of COVID. But you've been running red for the last 4 years, 5 years. So why are you giving people money that their businesses suck? And they were giving money like blank checks. So you would just say, hey, COVID affected me. I need 100 grand. Paperwork. Okay, here's $100,000. Like, it's so stupid. And then they were giving loans that were not real loans. So they would say, here, we'll loan you money to keep people on your payroll, and you can't fire those people in 18 months. They have to stay on your staff for 18 months. And then if they can't stay on staff for 18 months, then you don't have to pay us back that money. Like, so now we're just giving money away for free. Because now I can say, all right, I'll keep this guy for 18 months and I'm going to fire him anyway next year. And now I'll pocket it at $500,000. Plus, if my company, if I'm running it the right way, I'm keeping the money. And now I'm getting an extra $500,000 on top of that. So it's crazy. Give me 1 second.
Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead. Ah. So I was gonna check my email. I had an amazing show with Mr. Olson, Eric J. Olson. Got the good name. I like it. Eric J. Olson. And Eric was talking a little bit about this. Um, the
My
path
bad. My
to
bad.
success.
Podcast world.
The path to success is a trippy one.
But that's what I'm just scared of. We're just gonna keep printing money and throwing money at stuff to people who are failing at businesses.
Yeah, but we've did it before and
But
it
we
worked
can't
out.
keep doing that.
It
That's the
worked out
issue.
though. If you
No, it
throw,
did.
it
Yes and no.
kind of did. It kind of did. It kind of did. If
Yes
you
and
think about
no.
it, if you play devil's advocate, that fucking whatever bailout kept crooks still crooking. America kept cooking after that. It was the best economy. Like think about this. Like the bell curve swinging after 2008, it was better than it was before.
Yeah, but now we made those banks too big to fail.
No, I listen. I get that it was like all fucked up, but now maybe they're gonna make businesses too big to fail. So banks and businesses. That's why I said the cheat code is you gotta start a business because the way the system works is you could be in the red. Now, granted, you also have to think about this too. For the most part, a lot of businesses are usually in the red, right? You're
But
trying your
those are
best.
badly run businesses.
Yeah, but there's it's called a margin. Like just because you're like red doesn't mean you're like super red. So like red comes in like fucking flavors. You know what I mean? It could
True,
become like
but I'm just saying, like, if you have if your company's profitable, run it profitable. Like, don't.
but people make mistakes. I'm just saying what I'm saying is now this is what I'm saying. I'm saying that it behooves us as people to start become business owners. And I think when people hear business owner, they think of like brick and mortar, like they gotta
Oh
own a
yeah,
store. I'm like, nah, this is the virtual world,
yeah, you
Papa.
don't do that no more
We don't need brick and mortar. You
for
can start
sure.
an LLC, you get a
I'm
fucking
just scared. Like
website,
I said, I'm
and
scared
now
that
you
we're
get a
just printing
storefront.
money, too much
But we
money.
always did. It's just it is what it is. This is America's flavor, bro. This is how they
That's
do
the
it.
scary part. Like that bill is gonna come due one time. Like,
Okay, but it's not coming due any other time, anytime soon, bro. I believe.
but
I
then you
tell.
see that. All right, so let's bring it back. So now all those computer parts you was complaining about being
Uh
expensive
huh. Yeah, they're gonna go more. I know.
is because of that though. Because now
Right.
we keep borrowing and borrowing and borrowing and
Yeah,
borrowing.
look, I'm already know. Look, first of all, it's weird.
Nah, fam.
I love capitalism. Just
I
get it,
love
bro.
no, I love it too. Don't get me wrong, but I like
And I'm not saying it like
responsible
an asshole.
capitalism.
Yeah, but that's the thing. There's no such thing.
Nah, there is. You just, I'm for free market. Like I'm all free
Yeah.
market.
So like, if it's happening because fuck it, if I gotta pay for this shit, like, bro,
But
I
we
haven't
got to
felt
be
that more than
responsible with that
COVID.
money. Where I
No, I
think
get spending.
if we, all right, I wouldn't mind being in debt if all of America was Gucci. Not saying rich, not saying rich, not saying having everybody has Benzes and mansions, but if everybody was Gucci, if we didn't have kids going hungry every day in our own country, if we didn't have people going hungry in our own country, if we didn't have people fucking living in where rats and fucking piss all over the floor we're living in, like situations, all communities will be in this kind of like nice utopia. If we had that situated, I'm for it. I'm for taking on some debt. But we're taking on debt and we have shitty ass places. Like New York is dirty. People still leave shit on the floor in New York and in
But I
these
think that's more of
cities.
a culture. I think that's more of a cultural
No, for
thing.
sure. But I'm saying is like you could like we gotta educate these people who their generations they're gonna educate.
I think it's happening. Like you're saying, I think it's happening. I think there is
But it's
definitely
happening
an awakening.
like it's happening too slow. But when we're in a pandemic or we're in a bailout thing, we print money to go and bail out banks, but we won't go and print money to fix a fucking community or go and print money to go fix all the bridges or go and print money to for the educational system. There's always we have excuses to not print money, but then when there's no excuses to print money, we go and print money. That's the issues that I have with Republicans, where they'll print money for war, they'll print money for stupid shit, bailouts, but we won't print money to for the educational system. They're cutting educational funding.
Right. That's going backwards.
Like, why are you cutting educational funding? Like, how does that make sense? And people don't see anything, and they just all they do is you have they're gonna do you have all these parents doing fundraisers for teachers for them to get them notebooks and book
I know.
bags
Bro, I
and
told my friend a story
pencils.
when I
Like,
was a kid. I literally had to like give a speech. They were gonna close the whole fucking building down. Forget about the books.
yeah, that's
They were like, you
crazy
know
to
what?
me.
There's no more money for you, motherfuckers. Everybody's fired.
That's crazy. But they
And I
print
had to be at a
money.
fundraiser.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And they'll give money to a failing business who's been failing for the last 5, 6, 7 years.
Can I say something? And this is gonna be a little bit of a dangerous topic. I think you told me the other day that LeBron James made this like one school,
Mm-hmm.
right? I bet you that school is gonna be so fucking hard to get into, right?
For
Let's
sure,
say
because
if
everybody
that's
wants
the
to
one
go there.
school, right? Correct. Now hold on. How come more of these guys, not just LeBron James, but people of influence, start to really help out the infrastructure, and instead of it being where it's like this hate thing and everybody's trying to get your money, where like the donation becomes more involving, right? Because it's not
Hmm.
cool to just write a fucking check to St. Jude. That shit ain't doing jack shit, right? Everybody's getting paid. You got to pay the guy who opened up the motherfucking door and all these other things, right? There's every. I always
It's
think
just
about it.
tough
There's always
because
people
that
like,
shouldn't be on a private
yes,
citizen.
no, yes, it should be. You know why? Because
Mm,
a lot of these motherfuckers cross their heart and hope to die, right?
but
And this is
if
the baseline. This is the baseline. If we are all God's children, right, and I am my brother's protector, then there should be a little bit more of that. Like was I telling you? I think I was telling somebody else. I was like, man, if I had Fetty and shit was going good, you know what? The one thing that I'd be wanting to do, help other podcasters. I'm like, man, this shit was mad fucking hard. I know what it's like. Like, think about it. I think there's like football does a little bit more, right? Where they have like camps
mhm.
and these football guys set this up and like they'll pay for it. I don't know if baseball guys do baseball camps, but I think
They
they
have a
do.
lot of them
I think they
camps
do. I
everywhere.
think they do. I think they have the camps. They have the camps. But again, that's just still again, in my opinion, more basic because again, that's more of the best going to those fucking
But
camps.
here's the
Not
issue.
giving those like you're not seeing like you ever seen the movie Substitute? The Substitute?
I think so.
Okay, they robbed the drug dealer,
Uh huh.
right? And the guy doesn't take the money. The first thing he does is buy everything for the school. Like I know that this
Okay.
is crazy, but like when you see like Oprah and dropping all this money in another country, like I get it, but that two, three, four, $5 million that it took to build that shit, you could have built something crazy here too. Like imagine if every celebrity made a school. That'd
But
be a lot of schools,
like,
bro.
yeah, for sure. But
And
like,
it would open up the market a little bit because
here's
if
what
you
I
say,
think about that. Now, if we paid our taxes, right, which everybody's paying their taxes, and it was used properly, right?
that's not gonna happen.
But I'm saying that that's a step we have to take in the system.
I
But
think the step has to be also taking that the celebs are gonna start to I'm gonna
but there's a
have
lot
to
of
help.
celebrities who have their own foundations. They do their own
Yeah, but
things.
that foundation shit to me is fucking
It's
bullshit.
because it's mostly a tax write off.
Not only the tax
But
write
what I'm
off, it's like
saying
everybody
is,
wants to go for fucking meat and cheese.
no, for
I'm like,
sure.
no one cares about this fucking ceremony.
Hmm.
We need to get textbooks into schools. We need to
But that
get
again,
curriculums.
that shouldn't fall into the private citizen. If I'm paying
I
taxes,
disagree. I disagree,
especially
bro.
like if I get paid, all right. So then, if that's the case, don't take 50% of my check from in
Okay,
taxes.
but this is the thing. So watch, look, let me teach you the fucking cheat code. They're not taking 50% from your taxes. They're only taking 50% from the poor people. Because
No,
when
for
you got
sure,
Fetty, right, and you're donating, it's all moving it around. And it's not just the donating. The way that's why I said business is the best thing. You know why we get fucked? Because we don't have businesses.
for
When you have a
sure.
business, you put your losses within the business loss
Uh
column
huh. And you
and
take
you
it.
write yourself a check as a fucking employee and you're like, yo, the business was struggling. And
Yep.
that's why I said you can't really do that hot take on the business shit because that could have been any one of us. Like imagine if you and me, we've been trying to fucking strike oil, we keep getting fucked and we keep getting fucked and we keep getting fucked. We'd have had a dope podcasting, social media, videography company, right? And then we're like, yo, US of A, hit us a check. And then pow, we're like, yo, Jay, we're in the building. And now we take it even more serious because the funding we were looking for, we can stick to that next level. But
Again,
I'm saying,
I even that I don't think the government should be funding or
no,
bailing
watch.
anybody out. Period.
Listen, that was the COVID thing.
But I
I'm
understand what you're
saying like
saying.
I was making that argument. What I'm saying is wheeling it back a little bit, right? We should start businesses because businesses are set up to fucking protect you. Is
Hmm.
weird. It's like it help like you're stupid if you don't have a business and you pay 50% in taxes. That's your fault. What you need to do is you need to get a fucking business in any capacity. You fucking like Star Wars. This is a crazy time in the whole wide world, bro. You like
Yeah.
Star Wars. You can literally fucking start a YouTube channel and a following with Star Wars and probably get people to pay you to make Star Wars videos. I swear to God, I've seen it.
I'm
I've
pretty
probably
sure.
watched a
For
few,
sure. Anything. Hmm.
right? So that's what I'm saying. And that shit could have an LLC.
Yep.
This is how basic is what I'm saying, bro. You like to cook cookies? Get a camera, fucking talk to the camera, make the cookies, bro. Anything you could think of. We're in a really weird space in that thing. What I'm saying is, we need to encourage people to start businesses because of the tax breaks that the business allows you to get.
For
Right? When
sure.
you were talking about earlier, the doing a little full circle, when
Yeah,
you said it's important to do taxes, it's like, yeah, bro, you shouldn't be paying all that money,
for
right?
sure. But I
Donald
don't think
Trump
again,
gave me four
again,
hundred
it
million
shouldn't
dollars.
fall on the person, the
You don't like
civilian.
that? No,
Yeah.
we gotta help each other, man.
No, I don't
That's
mind helping each other. I don't mind. I should want to do it at the kindness of my heart,
what I'm
not
saying is that
something
there's
that.
nobody out there with the kindness of their heart doing
Yeah,
it.
you have a lot of foundations. I'm not gonna say that,
Again, this fucking
but
foundation
I'm saying
shit
there's
is
a lot of
stupid.
love. There's a lot of money. There's a lot of people who've been put through colleges. There's a lot of like LeBron James. If you go to his school, you get a college education, like from the University of
Again, how many
Akron.
kids is that? Like fucking 30?
That's
Come on,
still
bro.
30 kids who would have never had the opportunity.
In a fucking population of 600,000? No, that's not
That's
enough.
he doesn't have Jeff Bezos money.
Then you need to start talking to Jeff Bezos,
Jeff
then,
Bezos has that. That's somebody
right?
who he created a lot of jobs.
Like this is the thing too. In a weird way, right? Like everybody keeps giving shit, right? And it's a little creepy, but
Hmm.
Bill Gates made so much bread that he decided to cure disease. He said, check this out.
For sure.
Private citizen, I'm gonna go do this. Now he's gotten a lot of shit for
Some of them.
whatever virus he wants to pick. That
Yeah.
he didn't. He could fucking go pick motherfucking cockroach poisoning, and they'd be like, "All right, cool. Spend all this money, make all these things, and help communities to blossom that shouldn't be blossoming." But you don't even hear about big philanthropists. He's probably the biggest philanthropist we have. There's no other. Maybe Oprah's in second place. A lot of these people, I know they have foundations and stuff, but it doesn't seem like. I mean, he got committed money, but I just don't feel like our community leaders, because our community leaders are senators and governors and mayors, and those motherfuckers
I
ain't
think there's a
doing
lot
jack
out there.
shit.
It's just that
I think
some people like if I know if I ever started a foundation or started anything, I'm gonna give to help a community. Like I don't really say it. I'm just doing it through actions.
I
Like
get
you
you.
don't
I
get
know that there's a lot of
like
private,
like even when
people.
like when Drake did his video when he gave away $1 million in his video, people were trying to crucify him for that, and I'm like, you're trying to crucify somebody who's doing good, giving money away
Why was he getting shit for that? I thought that
because
was
they were like,
awesome.
oh, why are you making a video out of it? Why are you showing that you're doing charitable things? So you have a lot of people who do that.
But I think as an artist, right? I think he was just copying art.
Probably. But what I'm saying is
Because
that
a lot of
he
dudes,
got
a lot
shit
of
for that. The number
right.
one of the megastars in the country, in the world right now is Drake.
But
And
that's because
Drake
of
was getting
successful
shit for
marketing.
being giving
Right.
charity money away. So now, if I'm Joe Schmo and I go and say, "Hey, look at me, camera. I'm giving this person $100 or $20 or whatever the case may be," it's gonna inspire people, some people, but then you're gonna get shit for it because you're gonna be like, "Why are you recording it?"
But I'm more
And people
like
don't want to
you.
deal with that.
I was kind of like with that too, because I kind of gave Matthew McConaughey shit for taking photo ops while he was delivering mask. I'm like, no one gives a fuck, bro. Just hand the mask and walk away.
See,
Um,
like
yeah,
that's
right.
I,
Yeah, I
so
get
now
it.
what if he
But,
was all right next time? I'm not gonna do. I'm just gonna drop this shit
no,
off and
just
bounce. And now I don't
yeah.
inspire people to do it though.
But I don't think that doesn't inspire people, bro. I don't
How do
think
you
so.
know? We haven't seen a ripple effect. There's no metric. You understand what I'm saying?
I
There's no
get you.
metric.
You trying to? I'm just saying it inspire me. So that's
No,
my
that's what I'm saying.
motherfucking
It
metric.
inspire you, but it could.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. It's gonna inspire somebody else.
But I think even with Drake handing out $20, and I've seen other people do it because it became like a thing. I don't know if it was before or after, but that whole thing to me that's even silly too. I'm a weird principle guy, right? Because I used to bartend for a long time. I don't like, and you're gonna feel this. I don't like giving people fishes.
Okay,
I like teaching people how to fish
for sure.
so that they can do it forever. You don't
Yeah,
need me anymore. Now we're good. I don't. If I give you a fish, you don't even know how to fucking go get it. If I'm
yep.
not here,
I got
if I
you.
get killed, you're done,
I
right?
got you.
And so that's what I'm saying. Some more in that regard.
I'm just saying
More so.
that you get shit for even being a
I
philanthropist.
get that
So you
part.
got
I
people
get
who
that,
don't.
but that's not entirely true. That's why I said it's all bullshit. Because these guys throw big wig parties and all this bullshit, and everybody fucking strokes everybody, but that shit is not televised. and blah 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 blah,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because fucking George Clooney donated like $400 million.
Yep.
Probably that might not be 100% right, might be 70% right, but to the Democratic Party. And I'm just saying, like,
Like that's
if you
sad too. Like, why are you donating that amount of money to people, like to
boom, that's what I want to
campaigns?
talk about. Correct. That's
Like,
what I'm getting at next.
yeah.
So if you're gonna be funding Democratic fucking runs, I mean not Democratic presidential runs, boom, fucking make a school guy.
Yep.
Or like let's get this. Like you could be, dude. You know what I thought was the fucking most amazing thing, and I don't know who the fuck did it. It was some company that basically, because of COVID, gave free Wi-Fi to all students in New York City.
Mm.
Bro,
Okay.
that's how you
Okay.
build a brand.
For sure.
They're like, look, shit is fucked up right now. We're gonna hook you up. I thought that was impactful. That's inspiring. Not some motherfucking dude taking a photo op and
But
being like,
see, like that.
you,
That's your thought. What I'm saying. Like now, let's say a kid that he.
you think that brings
Of
value? You think
course,
that
it
brings
does.
value?
Yeah.
If you fucking see Superman show up and bring whatever that's needed, you're
Yeah.
like, yes,
Because like,
this is
if
good.
Superman could, if Superman does this, then why I can't do it as a normal person? So like, I normally give money to bums, but it's not like a lot of money. But I do it. But I don't. I'm not gonna. I'm not. I don't televise it. But I'll be like, yo, I'm gonna help this person get something to eat, something to drink, or even if he's gonna go get his fix. I know I'm doing a good deed. I'm not trying to think of it. All right, I'm doing it for myself. I'm doing it like cool. There's other people who are doing good things in the world. I want to be in that group of people who are doing good things. So now let's say if somebody across the street saw me do that, and then that person does it for somebody else, and then that somebody they do something nice for somebody else, holding a door. Like even holding a door is fucking new to people still. But when you hold a door for somebody, that still makes somebody's day. You know, if I hold a door, people say thank you. You're welcome. Or somebody holds a door for me, I say thank you. It's just and you get the people who don't say thank you when somebody holds a door for them. So like it's just like little things like that, little good deeds that can have a ripple effect and have a positive thing on somebody. That's all. We just I can't fault people for doing that because if Matthew McConaughey, let's say, is like, hey guys, we're gonna just get 100,000 masks. I'm gonna take a picture. I'm gonna try to get more exposure. But if he doesn't voice that out that way, he just says, hey, I'm here. I'm helping people who can't get masks. Now, let's say me, I'm all the way in New York. He's all the way in Texas, and there's a church, whatever, or a boys and girls clubs needs a thing of mask for $20. Who's not to say that him doing that inspired me to do that? You know what I'm saying? So it's just a ripple
I
effect.
get it. That's actually no. That's a good point. I guess because I don't. I mean, I don't find that as motivation, which is weird. Maybe it's like the hood thing.
But you're
Um,
good. But you're good to people until the people are not good to you, though. Like that's just something. Like you
no, no,
put
no. I get
positive,
you.
good energy out there. Is what I'm saying. So it's a
No, no.
ripple
I get
effect.
you. Yeah, no. I totally understand that. I just didn't like, for me, the photo op just always seemed like made up or like
Be-
staged.
because then
You
even
know,
like you
because I'm from
said,
New York,
because
and maybe
but
like
even like you said, I don't see a lot of motherfuckers doing this, right?
right,
So now when they do it, don't do it.
right.
Which one is it?
No, I get the paradox. But for me, I just like, I want you to do it, and I guess maybe I'm wrong on that one.
That's all.
Um,
It's just weird because like you're
yeah, it
on
is
one side and
right.
on the other side at the same time.
No. I get that. I get that. I'm on
Can you
both
put my phone to
sides.
charge?
I
The
just I
charge is
think
over
it
there.
makes it I think it makes it look weird only because of the photo ops. Maybe because the new age has fucked my mind up.
But so
I
like
guess
if
the
if
photo
you had a
now.
magic
You need a
wand,
photo now to
so
have proof.
so if you had I'm saying so
Right
if
there.
but
Homeboy came up
if you had
and
a
he actually
wand
delivered them.
and you wanted to give away money or give away something, how
Mm.
would you do it?
If I had my bread, I told you it'd be simple, and it's gonna actually. You know what the funny thing about this? God, or it sounds weird, but let the spirits guide me to do what I want to do because it's already what I want to do. As I continue our success in this process,
Thanks,
man,
monkey.
I've been rhyming way too much, bro. Okay? I already want to start helping. So if I had bread, my automatic would be like, okay, who's struggling with podcasting? Who's struggling? Like if I had it with the know all be all, who's struggling with social media? Who's trying it? that I can see, I'd be like, hey, let's talk to these cats. Let's get them what they need to get better.
For sure.
Right?
But now look, now here's
I never seen photo op.
I'm
I didn't
saying
think of any of that.
here's your devil's advocate, right? So
Huh.
now let's say I have my own podcast, right? And I
Uh,
go, damn, there's no fucking podcast people out there who help me. There's no
uh,
podcasting people, but you're out there. You're the person who has all this money, who are helping podcasters, but you're just helping them without doing the photo op, without doing stuff on Instagram, without doing stuff on Twitter. And I go, you know what? Fuck all these people. There's nobody in the podcast who fucking cares about each other. This is some bullshit. Podcasting sucks. Nobody's helping nobody, right? And
yeah,
I'm
no,
like,
that
I don't
makes a lot
see
of
it.
sense.
But
Makes,
now, if you were like, yo, hey, I'm
I guess
helping.
that's why social media is so powerful.
But that's what I'm saying. But you're telling me, and
Right.
the way you're thinking
Uh-huh.
thought process
Yeah, yeah.
is, if you take a picture, it's bullshit.
There's
If you
no
don't take a picture, it's
cameras.
bullshit. You can't it can't be both ways.
Oh
It
my
just doesn't work
god,
like that.
the
You,
fucking
you understand what
comedy.
I'm saying?
Yeah, I get you. I get you. You know, I'm a complex individual.
So
You
like,
know,
if you help people, I'm pretty sure you're gonna. If you don't say it, the person who you're helping is gonna say it.
right? No, no, no. I get it. I get it. It makes sense. No, no. You know what? This is a coaching moment. I love the coaching moments. I guess now I got to start fucking taking pictures of the shit that I be trying to do. I be getting all bashful and shit. But
Cause like I've done
I,
things behind the scenes, like for my gaming community. I bought like two kids who said, "Hey, I don't have a microphone," and I bought them things and I sent it to their house on Amazon. But I've never said that out loud. I've never went on my streaming thing and said, "Hey, I bought so and so a headset."
mhm.
I
That's
just
it.
did it out of the kindness of my heart. Just all right. You don't have a headset. Here, here's a headset, brother. I don't believe hit them on Twitter or on Instagram, and
Right,
I
right,
just give
right,
it to
right.
them. I send it to them. I have another thing I'm gonna ship to Europe. I have a thing I'm not using. I'm gonna send it to a kid who needs it for streaming. But I'm not using that to promote myself to say, hey, look, I'm helping the community.
Right.
Look at me, look at me. I'm just
Mhm.
doing it at the kindness of my heart. So that kid could go and be a streamer, or that kid could go and have fun with his friends and have a microphone and communicate. Because there's nothing more frustrating than not having a microphone, playing a game with your friends, and you not being able to communicate. So it's these little things like that, like you don't know.
I just, I talk to a lot of motherfuckers, and I mean, I think that for the most part, we're all sweet and nice. We definitely need to like get up a little bit more in the encouragement department, and I definitely think that, you know, I know that the presidential race needs support, but there was definitely a lot of money that probably could have went to some other people.
For sure, for
Right?
sure. Like, how are you raising $1 billion in campaigning?
Thank you. That's right. Boom.
Like that doesn't make any sense. Like to me.
Motherfuckers can't eat, daddy. And how much did this fucking trail
Mhm.
cost?
And
What?
that's why I like
Huh?
Andrew Yang's approach. Andrew Yang's approach is, um,
God bless you, Mr. Yang.
his approach was everybody in the whole United States, every citizen gets 100 democracy dollars. So it's like monopoly money, whatever the case
It's
may
like
be.
playing the draft.
Exactly.
Everybody gets a certain
So
amount of
so
money.
$330 million in hundred
Yeah.
dollar bills is $330 million, and that person, if which you're right, you can go and say, all right, I'm gonna donate my democracy dollars to Andrew Yang, to Joe Biden, and that's it. You can't go and use more of that. Like you can't go and donate more money. That person who you're voting for or running for office has to run on their principle and standard on what they're going for. You can't
To be honest with you, I don't even. I mean, I know it sounds stupid to say this, but I don't even know why you need all that money to run a presidential campaign.
because it's
You know
just
what I mean?
to buy airtime everywhere. Buy airtime,
Yeah,
social
right.
media
No, that sounds
ads,
terrible. No.
buying stupid plaques and stupid shit
No.
brochures,
And you know what they should
paying
do? You know
staffers.
what you do? Yeah, no, none of that. You
That's
be
what I'm
like,
saying.
listen, you know what? Check this out. We give you a phone with all the apps downloaded,
Hmm.
and each presidential person, you could hire people to teach you how to use it, but that's the most you could do. They can't run it for you.
That's why I like
You-
Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders capped all his donations. He capped
right.
them.
He gets it.
Yeah,
I'm mad at myself for taking this long to come around to Bernie, but Bernie gets it.
for sure. And like people
He
always
does
get
demonize wealth a pinch,
a
but I
pinch
think
too
that
much.
I think he demonizes wealth on both lanes.
No, for
I
sure.
think that's why he gets shit. Because not even the Democrats like him. Like,
Yeah.
Get this fucking guy out of here.
Exactly.
You know, because it's like all you motherfuckers are making bread.
Well,
How about this? You start making bread, and then you give some bread to the poor people,
yep.
so the poor people could get a little chance here. We
Yep.
need to. We need.
That's
That's
why I
fair.
liked. I want it to be no party system. It should be just whoever has the best ideas and who could think they could execute the better policies. That's
That's why I
why.
said it's all bullshit, bro. Because both parties got paid, bro. Imagine that. If it costs, you think how much you think that trail costs? A bill?
Probably.
Really?
Probably.
So watch that. 2 bills, just
Uh-huh.
like that. Nothing.
Nothing.
And then bat an eyelash.
Yep.
That
And then, but they
you
won't.
don't think
They'll
two
go and
billion
cut
dollars,
the school
bro?
funding.
You don't think right? I was just gonna say, bro. You don't think $2 billion gonna open up like mad schools?
Peep,
You don't
peep
think
this.
$2 billion?
This
You
was
don't
a
think
this
two
was a
billion
crazy
dollars
stat,
like
right? This was a crazy thing that Neil deGrasse Tyson said. Think of how impactful NASA has been, right? NASA has created Tang. It created power drilling tools. It's created LASIK eye surgery. It's created all the shit. NASA. It's come from NASA, right?
Mm-hmm.
The bailout that happened to the banks, which was like 800 something $1 billion,
Uh-huh.
that was more money than NASA has gotten combined in its entire existence. So you're telling me if you gave NASA unlimited money, they wouldn't come up with more dope fire shit? People love Tang. People use power drills all the fucking time. People use LASIK eye surgery that created jobs. And there's more things I just can't remember. I'll remember off the top of my head right now. But NASA has created so many things.
Right. NASA sends motherfuckers to outer space.
And it's
right?
created
Like
so much wealth.
That's intense right there. You
And-
can't motherfuckers argue that shit.
And people just want to, I don't know, pick and choose things.
They should send you at least like, look, you know what they should do with our taxes? Be like, look, we give you 50, like whatever the taxes is. Let's say it's 100% of something, right? I'm like, look, y'all could take 50, and then the other 50, you got to give me multiple choice on a bunch of 50 ideas.
Mm-hmm.
So should my city have a stadium? Yes.
Hmm.
Right? Should weed be legal? Yes.
Yep.
Right? Should all drugs be maybe considered legal or maybe decriminalizing marijuana in some of these states? Probably yes to a whole bunch of those
Yep.
things. Right? Oh shit. Should sports gambling be legal? Probably too.
Yes.
That's where we need to go do that. And then you need to tax these motherfuckers on their gains.
Yep.
Because they lose way more than they win.
For sure.
But who cares? Don't worry about it. Just fucking keep pumping it up. There should be like 19 motherfucking DraftKings and FanDuels, getting all this other stuff, right?
All them shits.
And then it's just like, look, everybody's just gonna stop playing games, and then
Hey, look in New York,
then
right?
you can raise taxes,
Yep.
and at least I could pick the other ones, right? Like it'll be like I'm filling
You
it
should
in.
be able to pick
Like,
where you
what-
want your tax money to go.
At least half of it. That's what I'm arguing. At least half. Take half, and then give me like a voucher that I could fill out and be like, yes, yes, no, 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 and then get all the yeses and nos and figure out what else we could get. Right?
Exactly.
Like, there's no way you take 100% of my shit and I don't even know where the fuck it goes.
Yep.
How's that possible? Like I said, stadium, I would like that. That would be nice. Don't take my team out of here because some asshole owner's being a dipshit about 100 million. When that's the difference. And in his world,
But yes and no, because those motherfuckers are just like banking it in. Like banking it in. Before a game gets played, every single year they get cut 250, 260 check.
of what, million?
Million.
Bro, they need that shit, bro. I tell you this, we should make more stadiums. Only
No, but
because
what I'm
again,
saying is the owners themselves
Right.
get
Yeah.
paid that check without anything else. I'm saying just off the revenue of what the NFL makes. So I own a team. Here's 250 million off rip. Doesn't include jerseys. Doesn't include sodas. Doesn't include beers, hot dogs, parking,
you gotta
tickets.
think about the Jacksonville Jaguars in that
Mhm.
argument, right?
Okay,
Because nobody wants to do any of those things you just mentioned in Jacksonville.
for sure. But they still get. He still gets paid the 250 million.
So I think that usually good owners put the money back in the building.
For
I would
sure.
like to believe
But I'm
it.
saying those people you should still like those owners are billionaires. So like
But But you
like
need to be billionaire to fucking run so
no,
many
for
full.
sure, but they shouldn't get a break just because they're thing. You know what I'm saying? Like now, let's say $100 million, right? All right, go see your stadium. All right, cool.
Mhm.
Now we're taking $35 million away from the education system in your state.
Oh, you're saying the states pay the teams
Correct.
at the top?
Yeah, that's how it
Well, I mean,
works.
I don't know. You know,
So
I'm in
so
town. I want
so
that check, son. You-
but as you as an owner, yes. But as the
right,
as the
I get it.
the
As a
entities itself is
corporation.
not because like all right, cool. We're gonna give you $100 million in taxpayer money, right?
Uh huh.
And then the residents who live there, fuck you. You don't get a tax. You don't get a break on your tickets. You don't get a break on your hot dogs. You get You get a beer and a hot dog for $50. You get the ticket is $300, and you all the way at the top of the fucking nosebleed. Your jersey's $500. The hat is another $75. Where is the trade off? Where is the taxpayer who paid for the stadium getting anything back by giving the billionaire a deal, a money in the deal to keep the stadium there? You understand what
That's
I'm
a,
saying?
yeah. No. I never thought
Chicken
about that.
fingers who chicken
I didn't
fingers
think
at
it was.
six
I didn't think
dollars
it would
in
become so
the
heavy with me today. This is very interesting.
because chicken
Yeah,
fingers and French fries at the corner store is $5, but I go to
right.
the stadium it's
22.
22 for
We
two
got you,
sticks.
Daddy. Yeah, we got you, Papa.
Let me get an
Especially
order
Yankee
of mozzarella
Stadium.
sticks. It's
Yankee
$15. You
Stadium
get
is probably like
four.
17.99, bro. They ain't fucking around.
A beer is what, $9 a beer?
You lucky if it's 9. It could be 12
Yep,
some places. And you drinking piss. Because we're gonna
exactly.
give you a $9 beer, fucking Bud Light. Here you
Yep.
go, sir. You want anything else? We're gonna charge you.
Hot dog, $7.50, $8, $11
Bro, that's
with
crazy.
ketchup.
I'm telling you, son.
That's what I'm saying. So like, you can't give these guys breaks if they're not gonna give us
But
a break.
I feel like no, I get right. That's a really really good argument. I just think for the owners, they wouldn't be able to run the business if they didn't get that money.
Bullshit.
Because you think that
Bullshit.
there's enough money in the concessions and in
Bullshit.
jerseys?
For sure. Yeah.
You
Yes.
think for all 32 teams of
Yes.
every fucking at
Yes.
least the big 3?
Yes. And guess what? If
So you're telling me motherfuckers are selling out? Well, maybe New
but,
York is
but what I'm
weird, but
saying is, run your team better. If you run your team better, you're winning. If you're winning, you get more money. Stop running your team like a bullshit secondhand thing where it's just a hobby of yours. Run it better, then you don't need a fucking tax break
well,
from
you
the
see, that's
people.
the thing. Maybe they need to. They need to like keep the system in place, right?
Mhm.
This will never happen, but this isn't a perfect world. Keep the system in place and then give it to people that actually need it. Meaning, like, these are guys who are running multiple organizations. That's probably why so many of them suck,
For sure.
right? It's like, no, Papa, you only one owner. You could only own this business. That's it. We'll give you the 250, but you're stuck with this one because you need to put the best product on the field based on that 250 we're giving you, right?
Well,
Because
they're not
think about
giving it to you.
if the
You
Jackson,
paid into it, and that's from owning the team.
right? So if you own the team and you the Jags, you think you still deserving that 240? I say no.
True.
You guys are not putting this team together.
Mhm.
You guys suck. I would shut you down. Like we were talking about it the last time with the WNBA. You costed me money, son. That's it. Now we're down to 31 teams.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, there's no
Or
reason.
move
Like,
it. If you're gonna move it, move
yes,
it to a
it's right.
state
Exactly.
that's
Yes,
gonna
you're right. Because if you
benefit
move it,
from it.
somebody who's gonna endorse? Who's gonna show up and buy tickets here?
Yeah, just like the
Right?
Tampa Bay Rays. I feel bad for them, but I think they need to move.
Me too. Yeah, the Rays are one of them. The Marlins are another.
Yep.
The Kansas City Royals are another.
Yep.
Bro, I can mention mad fucking teams that don't sell out the stadium. I mean, now it's COVID, so it's different.
No,
And
yeah,
I
but
think
prior
now
to
might
that,
be more. I think you know what might happen now. What we're talking about might be wrong
maybe,
because I think the moment that they allow people back into the stadium market. I'm telling you right now, the stadium industry is about to blow. It's the same thing that's happening to the restaurant business. You know what was the greatest thing you've ever said? And not that you haven't said other greatest things, but the scarcity thing.
Yep.
So now you can't go to restaurants. So now we open up 5. You know what happens? All 5 of those restaurants are fucking packed. There's a fucking
Yep.
line down the block. We're gonna say, hey, Papa, you're gonna get in here, but it's gonna be an hour. Everybody's gonna hang out, and that's what's happening with a lot of these things. There's scarcity. So now there's no live events. There's no this. Bro, I can't even imagine. I gotta get my guy back on the show to find out what the ticket prices are for the teams that are allowing people in the building. That can be a cheap seat. There's no way it's a cheap seat.
I'm pretty sure it's not.
Right? Right. So then the moment you open the floodgates, bro, it's gonna destroy. I think tickets are gonna go through the roof because people are gonna be like, damn, I wish, like, imagine all the people that thought they were about to die or whatever the case might be, or thought this was the end, and be
For what
like,
we
damn,
know, because
I
it
wish
could
I
be
would have went
the
to one
reverse could
last
happen as
show.
well, where it's like, wait a minute,
We don't have to go
I don't
anymore.
got a tailgate. I could just
I
make a
can stay in the
barbecue in my
crib.
backyard.
Yeah,
My
stay in the
homeboys
crib.
could come over here. I don't got to fight with parking. It's
Right.
Kansas City, December.
I still think
No, you're
no.
gonna have because it's NFL is just a different breed of
Right.
animal.
Yeah. That's
But I
the
think
only one.
MLB is gonna take a hit.
Yeah,
I think
for
NBA
sure.
could take a
I
hit.
agree with
I
that
think the
statement.
colleges
Yes.
could take a hit.
Yes.
Anything that like
Yes.
NBA,
It has more than
the
fucking
NBA experience was pretty
100 games.
dope. You had the
Yes, it was.
screens, they condensed the court. You don't have to worry about the people in the stands.
That's what they should be working on.
You know, like
Figuring out how to do virtual fucking like shit. Where I sell you a membership for this area. And this
true,
area has the closest fucking camera
true.
view to most of the
But like
shit.
we don't know what that reverse is gonna be just yet. Just like the ripple effect of NFL and CTE, where like Pop Warner, like a lot of kids or less kids are going into football.
Right.
Like we're not gonna see that residual effect for maybe another 10 to 15 years. But
Right.
like you're seeing less like kids going. You're gonna see more in
Well,
basketball, more in
I
baseball.
think that's why you've seen an explosion on baseball
Yep.
because there's less people going there. They're like, fuck football. You know, I
You
could
have a
throw.
higher chance of making it in baseball than in football and
Not only
basketball.
that, you get fucking paid way more to do way less.
True. Depending where you get drafted, yeah. But
I'm just
sometimes
saying.
baseball is even they're a little rapey with the money, with the salary too. Like if you
Yeah, but
if
I
you
mean,
like
they're arguing millions, bro. I feel like to
nah,
me, I
like
get it.
here's my thing. Like their thing, the arbitration, whatever that shit is like, all right, cool.
Yeah, that's a bitch.
Like, all right, cool. You're number one in hitting, you're number one in batting, you're number one in RBIs, but you strike out the most. So you could get $50 million, but we're gonna give you 20. Like, how does that work? That doesn't make any sense to me. So, like, you have to be in it for a couple years, and then that's why they always pay these guys too late. They pay these guys too late, and then their prime isn't as long as it should be because they paid these guys too late because they want to take the money out and take advantage of everything. So that's where I stand. Oh shit. What's going on? All right, we're gonna have to wrap this up soon. I gotta go make some moves. I'm gonna wrap this up with my man Dustin, and definitely hope you guys like the content. Make sure you guys subscribe and like the channel. You know, get us out there. You know, we're not gonna talk about the first hour and a half of the podcast that was his audio was not being recorded. All right, guys. So bear with us. And,
What happened? You took a time out because I dipped out of the screen?
No, I'm just telling them about the not people. You know, not me
Oh,
recording
but
your
that
shit
was a
and stuff
bitch,
like
bro.
that. But we're
Yeah,
gonna wrap this
speaking
up
of-
soon
speaking of
because
computer,
I
I'm
gotta.
feeling good, by the way, not to get so serious, because I was really digging that shit. I'm feeling good about my decision to maybe not buy that. I just want to play that game, but I guess I'll suck it up. I'll be doubling down my money into instead of a computer. I mean, instead of a game system, I'll just get a
For
computer.
sure. But we gotta wrap this up. I gotta
So you
make
ready?
a couple moves. I got dinner tonight.
Nice. You were recording us this time, right?
Yeah, I
And
recorded
we
it
were
when
live.
we started over. So I'll
Okay.
send you that file.
Yeah, that's good.
I'll send you that
All
one.
right, but and then thank you everybody for who didn't or who did watch.
For sure.
Stay safe, stay healthy.
For sure. Everybody have a good day.
Peace.